Ordinary Joe.
Yeah,
You're saying no sound.
Yeah, we've got
No
that.
sound.
Do you know why that is? That's because fucking
you're a knobhead?
Stream Deck updated again today. Every time Stream Deck updates, I don't know what it does, but it kind of messes your sound up. Remember when it happened to Nick and D?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe says he's got it now.
Yeah,
So
we
you
got
are hearing
sound
us, Joe?
God, I'm glad you didn't. I was slagging him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
should
back
know
to what
that.
Charlie was saying.
Yeah,
about
he hears us.
when I open my YouTube Studio, it goes default to the new one, and then I have to go to the screen on the bottom left, and then go back to classic.
Yeah, thanks to Hybrid Steel for that little tip to get it back, though.
Yeah, I don't know how long they're going to leave that there. I don't know, because I mean it's still in beta, isn't it? When does it officially launch?
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
I think it's. I don't think they even know. They just basically said this year.
Yeah, I mean they still have. They're trying to. Well, they have two things they have to do, right? They have to migrate the old features over, and then they're trying to build out these new features. Well, they already have built out some new features, so a migration like that's got to be at least takes at least a year, I would think.
I think so. I can't remember what live stream it was I was watching, but I know I was watching someone and he said they were going to leave the ability to go back to classic for like 6 to 12 months. Even when it's fully,
that would be nice.
Launched.
So is
they're building it from the ground up. They're doing like multiple years worth of work.
I'll be right back.
Right, they're building it. When I say migrate, I think what they're really trying to do is just trying to rewrite the features in the new.
Yeah, they are.
In the new studio.
It's still confusing to me, to be honest. I still can't get my head around it. But
it's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So and you don't know where you need to go or what you're looking at, and it's like very confusing to me.
Yeah.
And there's some elements in there that they don't make it obvious that you actually have to click or right click things to actually delve in deeper. I didn't even know stuff like that until I saw Andrew Can doing it.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I think I have it now. Maybe I don't know if I did this or if YouTube did it, but it's now my default dashboard thing, right? So I am trying to make myself use it as much as I can, but usually I just hit some point where I'm like, screw it, and I just pull the ejection and I go back to classic. And, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, I always revert back to classic.
Yeah. Are you guys able to still do the end cards in classic, or is that all? Because I think you can't press play now in classic.
Do what now?
The end card thing.
I don't say
cards. Yeah, they don't have cards in beta yet. No.
They do. It's in video editor.
All right, then here's what I don't understand, because I thought they had that too. They must have like turned it off temporarily, because now, like just today I uploaded and I tried to add cards and it sent me back to classic to do it. So I thought
maybe, yeah.
I thought that they had that there.
Then yeah. Ooh, car.
There's the Great Gar Galaxy Studios.
Hey,
incoming
Galaxy himself.
Hey guys.
Evening, mate. How are you?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I just don't know. The studio, I think, is the main problem with me is that because I don't use it, I don't know where anything is on it. Man, I keep saying to myself, I should use it. You should just like.
You just gotta force yourself.
Yeah, you should.
Just start using it.
When they take the ability away, we're all going to be like, well, the likes of me is going to be like, oh shit. I don't know what to do.
That's why I'm trying to use it as much as I can, so that when that day comes and they pull the trigger,
because they will, and it'll be people like me that's sitting there going, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
because I know I really will. I do need to start using it.
Yeah, it's really good for the analytics.
Yeah,
yeah.
I do find
it too good for the analytics. It's too much info.
The problem,
unsurprisingly, I find that it works best in Chrome.
It doesn't work well with TubeBuddy in the Tag Explorer yet.
I'm just trying to find you.
There's Patty. Patty.
Right, we did have a couple of topics as well, didn't we?
Yep, we do.
I was watching a video this week. One of the channels I watch, and I think I've sent it over to Christine a couple of times. He's kind of but he's not a conspiracy channel, and he doesn't. I don't know whether you could class it as false news. I don't think it is false news. It's like, you know, that secure team I've sent to you a couple of times. He does like UFO sightings and weird things that have gone on.
Hey, Christina.
He does that, and his content lately has been not been going missing, but not been getting pushed out.
Yeah. If you watched Creator Insider a couple of weeks ago, they actually did say they weren't gonna outrightly delete it, but they were gonna no longer push out anything to do with like they specifically mentioned flat Earth and other conspiracies that like basically trying to sort of prevent fake news and conspiracies from being pushed out.
But in the meantime, a friend of mine put out a channel about that Momo challenge, and all of his videos are conspiracy theories, and he got over 1.5 million views.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just started 2 years ago.
I'm surprised YouTube didn't try and take that down temporarily.
I don't know.
Because I mean, they managed to do it with it was Google, YouTube, and Facebook with the video from the guy in New Zealand, didn't he?
Yeah.
Even on Reddit.
Yeah, even
not,
Reddit.
Not quick enough though.
No, I mean, I haven't personally seen it. I do know he says.
Nah.
Does he say at the end of the video something like "subscribe to PewDiePie"?
Apparently he said it at the start, and I'm pretty sure I know why he did that, because he was probably one of those people. He was a troll at the most extreme level. He's like, well, if I say this, everyone's gonna hate PewDiePie and blame this on him. So that's
Probably.
why he did it. He was trying, he was just trying to do as much
damage.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
And
I don't see the point.
Australian.
They did do a pretty. I mean, say I've not seen the video, so they did do a pretty good job of blocking it from.
Yeah.
You know we're not live, right?
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Huh.
Have you pressed play?
Oh, there we are. Oh, never mind. It just kept playing the music on my end. I don't know why it was doing that. Sorry.
That's okay, Christina. I got the time mixed up too.
Apparently, we may have run into a few problems when we first started.
Yeah.
Someone didn't make the video public. It was unlisted.
I saw that. My dad was just leaving at that moment.
Unbelievable. He's looking in good spirits, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
He looks good.
My dad's the kind of guy though, like, honest to God, he could have an arm hanging off or whatever, and like you're like, how's it going? Oh, still good. I woke up this morning, breathing oxygen, everything's great. He's that guy. He's the kind of guy that, like, he had kidney cancer a few years back, and all the way up to where they were taking out his kidney, he's making jokes to the nurses the whole way through, right before they even put him out. They were like, and when he woke up, he was just as like, how's it going?
That's the right kind of attitude to have too.
He's a good guy. That's awesome.
He is like, he's my hero. I mean, a lot of the things that I say I get from my dad, and he's the kind of person I always want to be, because I mean, I just he's always positive. I mean, he's definitely a thinker. He definitely looks at some things in a negative way, but he definitely tries to see the positive in things. So
yeah,
I think
cool
he'll
guy.
be all right. He seems like he's got his head screwed on, and he's
he doesn't look 80 to me though. Maybe it's just me, but I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, he does not look like an 80-year-old man to me.
He looks really good for 80.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he does. And I've noticed Patty Broussard
There's
is
Joe.
in the chat.
Oh, Patty.
What's up, Joe? Hey, Joe.
Paul.
Hey, Joe. What do you know?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you, Joe.
Cool.
We got you.
What's Christina's reaction there about?
Holy crap, I'm dark.
About Patty.
Yeah.
It's sad, isn't
Oh, Patty.
What happened that I missed out on?
I missed out on that.
Sorry,
too.
little beta.
We
Well,
need to,
Patty's,
Sorry,
uh,
sushi.
We need
Patty-
to just
Oh, the
pause
fish.
and
Patty's fish passed away.
The memory of sushi will live on. He's now known as cat food.
Guys.
But was she actually really attached to that fish?
Well, I mean, she just got him, and
Well, she-
you know,
24 hours old.
She's less
Oh,
attached
no,
to
she
him
just-
now.
she just brought him home yesterday, and last night he
Committed
jumped out of the
suicide.
tank, I guess, and
He seen the gap in the tank and just thought,
That's it. I'm going for it. It's gonna happen. I'm going back to sea. I'm just gonna keep swimming.
It's okay, Patty. I understand.
yeah, he's
What?
you poor
don't make
fella.
fun of Patty.
I'm not making fun of her.
I know,
I'm totally not.
but she's very upset, and I don't blame her.
He was.
Swallow.
she's
Oh,
put
I'd
in
be
chat-
devastated.
She was
I
just
was-
put in chat. He was attached. He was already following my finger.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, she showed that video. He was following the fingers.
When
Adorable.
I was a kid, I bought two hamsters because I thought, well, they needed friends, and I had like these two hamsters, and I heard them like wrestling around there and everything. And the next day, I woke up, and then one hamster's head has been
No.
eaten by the other hamster, and I was like,
Ooh.
Oh,
Little hamster.
yeah. So I didn't know that you couldn't put two boy hamsters in the
Oh,
same cage
no.
together. No one told me this, and I just, I picked them up from the pet store. You think that the stupid pet store would have said something. They did not. And
I
so
just wanna make a
since the
sale.
other hamster was a cannibal, I decided to set him free.
Right.
Because I was like,
Apparently, hamsters are omnivores.
Was it the mom?
Yeah, I've actually got two rodent stories myself. We did have hamsters when I was a kid. We woke up one morning and one had babies. So you just sort of leave them to do the thing, just give them some food and water, and then it was about a week. My mum decided that that it was smelling a bit, time to clean the cage out. So
Uh-oh.
took the hamster house out with the mother and babies, put it in a little box, cleaned all the house out, put it in, put the mum and the box back in, put the lid on. We sat there and watched her eat her babies.
oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I've seen that
she
too.
ate them all because I don't know whether it was she just thought that it was unsafe for them anymore. She sat there and actually ate every single baby, which was
They'll do it like
Right.
instantly.
it was
They'll
weird.
just scoop them right up. I've
Yeah.
seen them do it. I
And
was
then-
like, oh my god, I saw that in a pet store.
And then my daughter, Tasha wanted mice for her birthday, so
Eh.
me mum and dad decided, well, we'll go and get her some mice in a little cage. So they go to the pet store. So right, we want 2 mice, but either 2 girls or 2 boys. So come home with these 2 mice, which were 2 girls or 2 boys. Then about 3 weeks later, there was fucking 30 of them. It was just like mice
jeez.
breed so damn quickly. It's
Yes.
unbelievable.
so do rabbits too.
Oh.
Mhm.
It was. We just woke up
That's
and it was like, where have all these mice come from? There's like tiny little mice running around. It's like at least with the hamsters, they were just like they just looked like a jelly baby.
That's why you need a pet snake.
Well, I used to have a lizard that I used to feed pinkies to, which are little baby rats, like little pink rats, and you just feed
Yeah.
it. So anyway, we're gonna get back to YouTube because we're totally off kilter again.
Yes. Yeah, we
Surprise,
Swing it back.
surprise.
Swing
went,
it back.
went down the
All right,
rabbit
a little
hole
banter's
again. didn't
fine.
Yes, Christian will behave.
we? Sean Dawson apologised again.
Shane, his name is Shane.
And
Neil,
I
his name
just
is Shale.
I say
Who's
Sean just to wind you up.
Oh my
Oh,
god! Every time, Sean
Because
Dawson.
I even
Okay,
looked at it on a
sorry.
piece of paper.
Who is Shane Dawson?
Exactly,
Shane
Christy.
Dawson.
Exactly. Who is Sean Dawson?
Who are you talking about?
He is a longtime YouTuber. He originally started off with making sketches, and then he was like doing more and more outrageous stuff, and then he kind of grew up and realized that some of the stuff that he was doing is kind of stupid, and so
Okay.
now he creates videos where he actually interviews other top YouTubers and YouTubers that have been in trouble, YouTubers that he interviewed like Jake Paul, and that he interviewed Tana Mojo after she had created that whole nonsense with the YouTube. She created her own TanaCon, which was the biggest ripoff ever.
What was that?
So You don't remember TanaCon? Okay, so she was going to go against VidCon, and she created her own VidCon. It was called TanaCon, and people bought tickets. But when they got there, there was no convention. There was nothing there. They didn't have anything
Is this
available.
like the thing that Fuzi Tube done?
No, it was called TanaCon.
Yeah, because
It was all
Yeah.
her.
I know. Is it that Fuzi? He put on a big concert, didn't he? He said to people like,
Supposedly.
was the tickets.
He went on tour, didn't he? With someone
Yeah.
else, like a
Well,
comedy tour or something.
Okay, so
he
so
sold
why is he
tickets.
apologizing then?
Something about a cat or something.
Christina,
Okay,
Christina
so
knows a full Sean story.
I'm already going through just seeing what the hell's going on.
Okay, so years ago, he was on a podcast, and he used to say some outrageous stuff just to make people go, "Oh my God, stop it!" And in this story, he was like, my first cat, I had this cat, and I was just like, seeing what would happen if I like rubbed one out on this cat. And so, he was like, that was my first sexual experience. So he says all this stuff, but he said it completely 100% for shock value. If you heard the whole interview, he was saying really stupid, weird stuff.
He didn't do it.
Like,
He was just trying to. Yeah.
Right. He ate his own
Hope he didn't
vomit.
do it.
He was just he was saying all this other stuff too. And so that video had come out, had resurfaced, that podcast resurfaced last year. So he made an apology video saying, I never did anything with my cat. It was stupid. I was doing things for shock value. I've grown up since then. So then for some reason it's made the rounds one more time, and it's gotten him in hot water again. And he's like, I just did this last year. I'm not making another apology video because I've already apologized. Here's the link to it. If you have missed it, here it is. And people weren't letting it go. So he had to keep making Twitter posts, but he's like, I absolutely refuse to make another apology video about it. But I think that the thing that made it interesting to me is that I think we all have some videos that we were kind of like, screw it. We're just going to put it out there and whatever. No one's going to watch us anyways.
My last one.
Yeah.
You never know. You
You're
never
everywhere.
know. There's no delete button on the internet,
No, but there is an unlisted private.
That does help, yes.
Yeah, what was that one you posted, Neil? You were at work?
Oh, I was trying to stream from work, but the Wi-Fi in there, mate, it makes beanies look like 5G Wi-Fi. It's just awful. You can't complain because it's free. And to be fair, for the first hour when nobody was in the building, it ran fine. It was great. But
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But then I got this notification on YouTube, actually on the stream while I was running, and the notification on the screen, which obviously only I could see. It said, what did it say? It said, heads up, we've detected a copyright audio in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. And then it didn't come back on. So it was,
That was your St. Patrick's Day stream?
Yeah, on St. Patrick's. I just thought, because it was, I knew I was going to be there for 12 hours, and it was like, I need to entertain myself, because these fuckers in here are either going to be annoying. I don't know what it is about St. Patrick's Day in Liverpool or bank holidays in general. It just tends to bring out the worst people you could imagine.
It's like they come out, they're like, it's like the unexperienced drinkers.
But for some reason, this year, it was really quiet. Things that were going on within the club didn't help anyway, putting the door charge on when no other bar or club around here is charging. Not one single bar. So we weren't busy for that. Then it was kind of weird. I was there for 12 hours and I didn't see one drunk person.
Jeez.
Which is...
That's scary.
Not one. And even towards the end of the night, the manager come up to me and he goes, we're going to close early because no one's buying ale. He said, there's no one actually at the bar. No one's buying anything. I said, I've noticed that, and there's no one drunk. I said, I've not spoken or seen anyone that I've thought he needs to go. He's normally
that's weird.
Yeah, normally they're falling over themselves. Normally they can't even get in the place because they're too pissed anyway. But this year, it was like everyone was teetotal. It was the strangest St. Patrick's Day I have ever seen in Liverpool ever.
Professor Nez has made it into the chat. Welcome, Professor Nez, if you want to jump on here. come on aboard.
I've not sent him the link.
Well, you better get it.
I
Great,
wouldn't
Mr.
do
He
it.
Dad.
died.
I wouldn't do it.
No, I
Wouldn't do it.
decided to not send him it this week because he's not.
You sure you want him in here with me?
Well, I thought no, you know what? Don't. Some weeks it's some weeks I don't mind sending the odd random small YouTuber a link to come in with us. And then
I am a small YouTuber. What are you talking about? I think he has just as many subscribers as I do.
I just thought, you know what? No, we can get a bit bored at times. Let's not just leave him out of it. So I've not sent him the link.
You're an evil, evil little man.
Tommy's in the stream too. Get another female in there.
I will take evil, but little. And I'm fucking.
Well, you are
I'm the
little.
tallest person in my house.
That's
Until
not
your
saying
son comes over. Until your 13-year-old son comes over the house and he's taller than you.
Look, I'll jump off if you want to make room for Nez. I mean,
Oh no, he's
No,
being
I've not sent him the link.
I know, and you won't do it because you're.
No,
Being
I'm not sending him the link. He never went live on Sunday, so he's forfeited his right to come into the stream tonight.
Besides, he's got to make room for Will Smith.
You know what I mean? Casey Nice, that's coming on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. It'd be
And butts
You
against
see
that
all of
side.
us going, yeah.
And then he shows up. I'm like, all right, how the hell did you do that?
I'll
you know
give you
what?
my paycheck if it really comes in.
I
Yeah.
will do it one day, and because I'm just gonna randomly email big
Right, should.
YouTubers that you would think there's not a chance in hell they will go on your stream, mate. Not a chance. I'm just gonna email them and say, look, we do a stream on a Tuesday. Check the last one out because Nick Nimmin was on there and he's quite respectable.
Okay. You see, the thing is,
Knowledgeable fellow.
Casey
I
would
like what
come on
Nez
now.
just says. I talked to Nate. I talked to Casey. He said he's over it.
He's over it. He's not doing it. It's not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
You
but
know what though? Actually, you totally should do that. I mean, what the hell? All they can do is say no. But
Yeah.
at least they'll have heard of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you can get it, okay.
Eric, you are too good looking a fella to try to replace your face with someone else's. Come on.
I mean, you don't
Eric
like
doesn't
this?
look the same without his hat though. His
No,
head
he
becomes
doesn't.
twice
He looks
as
like
big.
Prince Philip.
With or without my hat?
no, without the hat.
Without
the hat?
Yeah,
It
with
does
the
look
hat,
Look
like
a
Prince.
totally different person. Oh my god. Who is that?
Look how long that is.
And when he tilts his head down too, it's like
Nick Nimmin.
Yeah, the real Nick Nimmin. You need a shirt that says "I'm not Nick Nimmin."
Yeah, you
That's
just look so.
All AD
confused
has that one.
with the reverse cap. I don't know. I mean, I'm so used to seeing you that way.
Now I was told that somebody else has that hat
It's
as
quite
well.
the.
So, Beanie, do you have any videos on your channel that you would think that might get you in trouble later on? Does anybody have videos that they feel
Oh,
like
I
they
do.
might get them?
I
What kind of video do you have that would get you in
so.
trouble, Kevin?
I'll tell you offline.
Ooh, is it still live though?
Oh yeah, no, they're not that bad. They're just comedy ones that I did earlier on.
the BDSM
I will
one.
say.
The dumb customer is what they're called.
Oh.
If you want to check them out.
I will.
My
Michael-
early
Michael
attempt at
Daniels
humor,
has
which
just said, Christina, stop picking on Eric's head.
Aw.
And she
Oh,
could-
that's because Michael Daniels has the same haircut.
so Daryl, where are you right now?
I am in my car waiting for a Pokemon raid to start.
Can
Hey.
you,
Pokemon
can
what?
you do me one
Raid.
thing while you're in the car?
Raid.
Can
Oh.
you can you
I'm-
just
I'm
show
out of the
me?
city.
Can you just show me the floor, the back floor?
What
Back
is a
floor.
Pokemon raid?
Oh,
Yeah.
Pokemon
What's in the
Go.
back of your car? We want to see what's
I
in the
know.
back.
I
Pokemon.
especially want to see the floor.
the floor. Why would
You can-
I can't even show the floor.
You can tell a lot by the back of a man's car, especially the floor. Look, he's
How many
panicking now. Look,
can say
I
that
guess you
from
would
my
call them
floor.
takeaways there.
no, you can always tell. I mean, you can always tell
Look
a
how
lot
dirty
by
that floor is.
the back of a car.
Kevin, what was the name of that series you did?
It's called the dumb customer.
The Dumb Customer.
Yeah, we can't air
There's
them
a-
here. But
There's a Fiji bottled water,
Oh, it's disgusting.
and there's a view from out there.
Beanie, throw away the Fiji bottle right now.
Why? What's wrong with
Just
Fiji
throw
water?
away. That's disgusting. Throw
Hey, Christian.
away the Fiji
no,
bottle.
Christian, chill.
Christian.
What Beanie?
What's wrong with the Fiji bottle?
You're a little bit hard of saying.
Listen, Beanie, that's really that's very rude. It's very offensive. That's disgusting. Now you got to throw away that bottle, or I swear to God, Beanie, I will come down there to Australia and I will throw you and the bottle right out that door.
Well, actually, Australia
So
does
passionate.
so good luck doing that.
Well,
Apparently
I can't do
Beanie's getting
a
an F
stream
for
without
Fiji.
pretending to get really angry and frustrated with Beanie. So
Oh.
Eric's screen.
just the thing.
Oh, we got Casey here.
So I did want to.
I'd rather have
I want
Candace.
to ask you guys something. I shared a video on our video saying about Brian G. Johnson. He got demonetized. Now he did get remonetized, but I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out the video or not. But
I saw it.
I got halfway through, but I never figured. So was it duplicate content? Is that what it was, or unusable content? It didn't make sense to me. He didn't really explain what he did wrong. I was having.
No, he didn't. You're right. I don't think he said explicitly, but maybe he doesn't. It could be that he doesn't himself know, but he does use B-roll in his videos occasionally that he does pay for. Like he's purchased third party the rights to use it, and that may have that may have been it. But another thing that he got dinged on was reuse of content. Like in other words, I think because he talks about the algorithm and he shows screenshots of the studio and all that kind of stuff, it's possible that YouTube may have said, "Oh, you're just doing the same video over and over and over again, trying, and we're going based upon what shows up on Brian's screen, I guess." I don't think it's.
It wouldn't be that, because I've had videos where I've used like shots from previous videos, going like in this other video where I did that, shoving it like something from.
Yeah, I've used the same footage too.
Well, and that's the thing. Me too. I think we all have or have needed to. But I don't know. Brian was. I don't think he was being cryptic. I think he just doesn't really understand. But it is a little bit worrisome because I think that all these things are being done automatically, and there's a bot that just looks at the video and just makes the judgment call right then, right there, and maybe it flags it to some humans, but the humans may not be.
Well, part of the thing he said was the affiliate links too that he was using. He had to be very.
But recent was that last year?
No, this was just recently.
This was the
beginning of the month.
Yeah,
beginning of the month.
Didn't he get a copyright? Didn't he get a copyright strike?
Yes, he had to go strike
4 months ago.
Oh, he got a community strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't know what the difference is between a copyright and a community strike, but he got
I know he couldn't stream for 3 months because the last stream he done, and then it was after the last stream he got a ban for 3 months, so he's just come back off a ban.
Right, and he came back in. Well, I say he came back in January. He was going gangbusters. That's when he was uploading like a video a day. He was, getting his sub count to go up. He was getting his views to go up. He was on a roll, and then he just got demonetized out of the blue in early March. And he was like,
the one video or his whole channel? The
whole channel.
The whole channel.
It said his channel is no longer eligible for the YouTube Partner Program.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
And not for nothing, but
he got it back.
Yeah, he did get it back, right? But the fact that
he had to work his ass off to get it back, like he had to like.
It's going to affect book sales, isn't it?
Not really.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help. I mean, obviously you got to diversify your income beyond ads,
and
but.
Was he only demonetized for like a day, or was it like a week, or what?
Probably
at least took him a while.
2 weeks.
At least a few days, yeah.
Because I'm a member of his, and I got emails saying that it's turned off, and it was about 2 weeks or so.
Did you get the email today saying that his course has now gone up to $500?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Right.
I believe. Yep.
I don't know if it's going up to 500, but that's my guess. because I have the email also.
I'm talking about Brian G, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got that email.
Well, that's how you make money on courses. You know,
Mhm.
you announce you're going to raise the rate, and people jump in, and then you raise the rate, and then
There's a girl that sells how to do real estate, a YouTube real estate channel for real, like for realtors or whatever. She charges $500 and gets it hand over fist without even thinking about it.
Is that you?
No,
Yeah.
What
I haven't even made mine yet.
Why not?
Make yours now.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber called the Rewired Soul who kind of got himself into a little bit of hot water with the whole selling like providing a course for free and then selling it, and people were calling him out on it. So sometimes if you've got a course, you just want to be careful with it.
Now you mentioned the Rewired Soul. Where is Matt B? Where has Matt B been? Where is he?
I haven't seen him.
Gone missing?
He did actually post in his Discord like a good morning or whatever, but I haven't seen much of him. I'll look right now and see if he's in his Discord. I haven't seen him.
The last time I seen Matt was when he done the video with the guy from
how
Rewired.
tied up with the Rewired Soul is he?
Say again?
How tied in with the Rewired Soul is he?
No, he had his own channel.
Yeah, they've got a joint channel together. What? I can't even remember what it was called. It'll be in.
Yeah, because I know the Rewired Soul was in a bit of hot water, and maybe Matt B's just like, all right, I'm just going to sort of distance myself from, because I don't think Matt B would have gotten into much flack for it, but I know the Rewired Soul got into quite a bit of flack.
Why though?
He was getting.
I don't know what
shit
channels
off.
you guys are talking about.
Because the Rewired Soul's an unlicensed. He's not a licensed therapist, and basically he started his channel. I subscribed to him because I was watching him at Midsummer. And he was talking about like he's giving advice, like his own personal ways of how he overcome addiction and anxiety through his own experience. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And then after a couple of weeks, it kind of turned from being a how to, deal with anxiety, how to deal with this, and started turning into a hit piece like this YouTuber needs help, this YouTuber needs to stop doing this, and then it started turning from being a mental health channel to being a drama channel. And the last month, his channel's been really called out by a whole series of different both drama and mental health channels, and he did like a 3-video apology, and he's like, I'm gonna be taking a mental health week off, and then just kind of there's been a lot of videos based on him recently.
I know the last live stream they done, him and Matt done together. Keemstar came in and started causing trouble, just mouthing it in the chat, just like calling him out and saying, I'm going to do a video on you. I've had loads of parents get in touch with me, and you're fucking ripping the. I don't know. He was trying to say that he was ripping the kids off, or he was giving them bad advice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really.
I don't know what he was getting at.
Yeah, he was just. It was like he just fucking hated the guy, and then he starts getting all personal, and it was just like, oh mate, just fucking shut up.
Well, I noticed that. I'm sorry.
Keemstar was also targeting the better health website, and any channel that was related to better health, and now Keemstar's kind of gone this sort of looking into anything that's based on psychologists and therapy type channels and therapy type businesses. He's like going all in on those kind of things.
I think you're getting yourself in a heap load of trouble if you're not a licensed therapist. Yeah. Like in my last video, I talked about kids and moving, and I specifically said, you feel like your kids are having severe emotional distress, seek the help of a licensed professional.
Absolutely.
I said that twice. In a animation in words. It was written on the screen, so that way I'm not going to get myself in trouble.
For what it's worth, the Rewired Soul has uploaded 2 videos today.
Well, there you go.
We just need Matt back now. I miss Matt.
Yeah, I know. I like him.
And the most. Wait a minute. Yeah, so he uploaded a video, two videos today, another video 5 days ago. The fall of the fake online therapist.
The fall of the fake online therapist. Whoops.
No, I'm sorry. No, excuse me. The one from 5 days ago. Never mind. Disregard what I just said. Okay.
Were you thinking out loud then?
Rewired Soul, here's the deal. The Rewired Soul did upload 11 hours ago. However, 2 hours ago, someone else uploaded about the Rewired Soul. And then 5 days ago was this video called The Fall of the Fake Online Therapist. Okay, so clearly this guy or whatever, you're right. There's currently some drama.
Yeah. To extend on that, there's actually footage of him from a live stream. He's like with his mother or something, going, well, seems I'm not a licensed therapist. I can actually say whatever I want and get away with it.
You kind of can until someone
turns
around and says, well, I've taken this guy's advice and I've done this to myself. Because then you kind of it's like me. It's like, I have to state that, I'm not a financial advisor, because if someone went, well, I listened to that guy's video on YouTube and me and my fucking wife are now homeless. The kids, we've got to sell the kids to basically feed ourselves. And it was all because of the advice we listened to off this guy. And, the first lawyer would be like, well, is he licensed to give out financial advice? And be like, well, no, he's not. And be like, okay. We'll get
we're in a weird kind of gray zone here, eh?
But again, it's one thing to say I'm not a licensed financial advisor and I'm not a licensed therapist or something like that. I think it is okay, although I agree it's not necessarily a I was about to say it's not having a license is not a license to say whatever you want. Yes, freedom of speech and all that kinds of yes, I understand that, but especially when you're talking about these types of subjects that could adversely affect people's lives, then you are,
But
and that's what Keemstar's been doing at the moment. That's the point Keemstar's been pointing out.
On the other hand, as well, you've got to worry. I mean, if I had a mental breakdown tomorrow and I felt like, the end of the world was coming and I needed to, reach for the razor blades, I don't think I'd be going to YouTube for help. I think it probably would be a doctor.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily jump on YouTube and go, right, who can stop me from, feeling like this? There's got to be someone on YouTube. I mean, I might go on YouTube and search for, funny cat videos or animals doing stupid things to maybe cheer myself up. But whether he's a licensed, therapist or not, I think I'd be going to doctors. I wouldn't be kind of blaming someone on YouTube, which is a lot.
I would say that you would think that would be the case, but then you get live streams and chats and Discord and other sources around YouTube as well. So
you also have to ask yourself, why then do all these mental health channels have such large audiences? Well, it's because people have mental health problems and they identify with it and they want to hear it, no one else.
Exactly.
And also, there's a lot of people are gullible, and you should don't listen to the old rule of you should take everything on the internet with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I don't think
right, but I think some people can't afford like mental health help, so they're looking for some kind of
US,
I mean, it like
medical care is a privilege, not a right.
It is a privilege, and I mean, just even with insurance, I mean, you wouldn't believe what we had to pay out for Sydney's arm, and we have insurance. It's ridiculous just to have her teeth filled, any kind of dental work. I mean, it's
even in Canada. Even in Canada, there's not a lot of coverage under the Health Act itself. They don't cover mental health really.
Really?
That's terrible.
See, in the UK, if I went to the doctors tomorrow and said, I don't feel right, I want to, I want to harm myself or I want to harm other people, it would be. They'd basically they'd look at you and they'd go, right, okay, well, they'd obviously have the talk to you, what's going on, how you feel, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And if the doctor that you were seeing, if your doctor felt that this was a serious, if he felt that, you're telling them you're not just looking for attention here. There's other things going on. You would be sent straight to the hospital. And then the hospital will assess you, and then you potentially you could end up being in hospital for 1, 2, 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah. But the issue is, Neil, is that a lot of the hospitals are not equipped to handle mental health cases. Like some of them have good mental health wards, and some of them don't. Right? It depends on where you are, and being in the hospital is a frontline kind of place. it's not necessarily going to guide you through the entire recovery
Right.
in a lot of cases.
Because I know in
Specific as
the
well.
UK, mental health has become, over the past 12, 18 months, mental health has become huge. I mean, I'm talking...
Yeah.
Not even just general mental health. I mean, mental health in the workplace now has become it's become a huge deal. Like, people are going...
Yeah, especially after all the lone wolf attack things. Like, around here, we've been focusing a lot on mental health and drug addiction because of all like the attacks that's been happening over here. Because like people have been saying, you know, a lot of the attacks over here being like cause based, like it's all been drug and mental health related. So they've been putting as much resources as they can. So it's different in each country as well.
Yeah, I know in the mental health system in the UK is really good. I mean, I now could go to the hospital and just say, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with myself, and I would you know, and literally they would look after me. They wouldn't be like, well, how much money have you got? You know, which is kind of a sad thing because, you know, everyone pays taxes and shit like that. I mean, that's how I look at it in the UK, and we all pay taxes, but you know.
But here, what it is that they'll treat you. There's no doubt about it. Then they'll just bill the crap out of you, and that stays on with you like luggage. Yeah. You know, they will not refuse treatment to you. They can't by law, but you will be paying for the rest of your life. Yeah. But I just want to say this about YouTube channels and mental health. This is what I think. If you have a mental health problem and you're discussing your mental health problem on YouTube, I think you're fine, because if you have something that you're talking about your personal experience, if you're giving advice to people about mental health, that's where I think that you draws a line. You know, like you cannot tell them that they should be doing this or shouldn't be doing that, or what they're doing is wrong.
Unless I think that advice is seek the help of a licensed professional.
Right.
You know? I mean, I think it's about the only advice.
But if you're talking about your own personal experiences, and you feel this way, you probably should see it. I think that's where.
And obviously, you know, I'm not really sure where the line exactly is, but I mean, obviously, saying, look, you know, I know what you're thinking. This is all worthless. But listen, I'm telling you right now, it can get better. It will get better. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. You know what I mean?
Me either.
You know, but at the same time, trying to psychoanalyze somebody or whatever, I think that's inappropriate. And, you know, interestingly enough, I just went on to this video uploaded by this creator in question, and oh boy, there's quite a bit of unkind comments. Very wired soul. And you know, I think it's a bit apropos of what we're talking about, because I do know that this is the one we were talking about, having a little bit of you know, what's the
like ratio looking like?
Well, it's 145 likes, 230 dislikes. And if you just skim the comments, you'll see there's not some very kind words.
But I think what happens, though, is that he got the attention of someone that was a much bigger YouTuber, and all they had to say, I mean, and which is unfortunate, is all they had to say was, go, like, this guy's an idiot, go over there and you know, let him know that you're like, I just don't even think that's fair. You know, it's like he doesn't even give them a chance to make their own decision. He's just telling them because they're on his side already, because they've been following him. Go over there. To me, that doesn't seem fair. Like, I just feel like you shouldn't disparage other people.
Yeah. The other thing I think he would actually, anyone who would make videos questioning his motives, he'd actually go into their videos and try, like, it's a new term I've just heard of this week called gaslighting. And apparently he'll go into people's comments and he's like going, well, I think it's more important to talk about this than ignore it. Do you condone, like, you know, brushing? So he'll try and make you seem like you're a bad person for, you know, trying to go, okay, look, maybe not talk about this, go seek help if you need to, but otherwise just do your thing. And he's like, oh, so you think we should be brushing this under the rug? Maybe you're the problem, kind of thing.
Charlie's off to bed.
Yep.
Good night, Charlie.
Good night, Charlie. See ya.
Good night.
Peace out, mate.
Cheers, Charlie.
Peace.
It is it.
Yeah,
I think mental health is hard.
Sorry, I was just going to say mental health is really a tough niche, and I mean, I'm actually surprised. Like, if you don't have any kind of serious credentials in it, I wouldn't even bother starting a channel in that, because it's
or if you don't have the mental problem. Like if you're an anorexic person, that is a mental problem, and you've been dealing with anorexia and you are beating anorexia. I'm sorry, you can do a channel about that. I think that because you're speaking of personal experience.
For me, it's kind of acceptable if you're going like, right, I mean, let's face it, most of us in here have all had some sort of mental health issues within the past 10 years. Whether it be depression, whether it be anxiety, whether it be, wanting to do yourself in. We've all gone with it. But I think what a lot of people, when people go to give advice, I think a lot of people look at people who are talking about the mental health and saying, well, one thing that got me through it was I used to do this and I used to do that. A lot of people look at that as advice. They don't actually look at it like, no, he's telling us a story about how he got through mental health and what helped him. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, no, that's the advice he given. Well, it's not. He's telling you what helped him and what he used to do. He's not recommending you do it, but maybe if you do it, it might help. But it's not actually advice. I think a lot of it can be
your journey. Yeah,
the narrative of how you're conveying that. If it is a story, then I agree with Neil. Like, talking about yourself can actually help people in an indirect way, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's what we were talking about before, when you're getting up there and saying, it's very, I don't know, just from
kind of like Shane Dawson when he was saying, "Oh, Jake Paul's a sociopath," and he had no experience.
Yeah, that's that's a very targeted thing, and it's a very
I think sociopath gets you. I mean, I've had ex-girlfriends call me a sociopath. I think it's just something that gets thrown out all the time, willy-nilly. I've been called many things, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's one person's, but I do find a lot of health professionals as well, and this is me just saying it. A lot of people who are so-called health professionals have kind of never gone through the shit that people who have got health problems, they've never done. I'd always trust. I mean, a mate of mine's been through more shit that you can imagine, and he's come back the other side, as we all have. And if I ever need advice off someone, or I ever need to talk to someone, or I'm feeling a little bit down, I always go to the one person. I always go like, well, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. We always talk it through. And, I know he's not a licensed professional, but I know he's been there and done it. I know he's gone through the shit and he's come out the other side shining. So it's kind of, but then you go to a health professional and a lot of them, it's just knowledge from books. It's not actually, you've never lived it.
Yeah.
But I will say this, like, I used to be a hairdresser, and I honestly could tell you, from the people that used to sit in my chair, the craziest ones were usually in some kind of psychology field.
I
totally agree.
They are totally off their damn rockers, and I always was convinced they went and got their license so they could diagnose themselves because they're freaking bad.
Well, I mean, put yourself in their shoe. Well, I guess we all can, because we've all been there, right? But people who have gone through real, mental health problems and struggles naturally become, well, I shouldn't say naturally. It's not surprising that they should become interested in the subject, and especially if they've gotten help, hey, you want to pay it forward and want to help others. So I could totally understand that. I mean, it is a bit odd. It's sort of the only part of healthcare where the providers are also the patients. People who do knee surgery don't necessarily do it because they blew out their kneecaps as a kid. But yeah, I mean, it does make sense, and to me, that's okay. I think that's a bit of a plus. So there's a certain empathy that comes.
And they do say car mechanics have the shittest cars going.
What's that?
They do say car mechanics have the worst cars going.
Right.
Well, like cleaning ladies have the dirtiest houses, and
I think it's all stereotypes, really. I mean, speaking from somebody who has a mother in the health professional field who was in a car accident herself and treats people in car accidents.
There you go.
He's the best qualified person.
I stand corrected, right? So. Yeah, exactly. It is the one. So it's not. So mental health is not the only case where the patient becomes the provider. And thank you. That's a very good point. But I just think that lends itself to a certain kind of empathy and interest in wanting to help other people.
In talking about people who work in the field and the whole it's like Neil was just saying, mechanics have the worst cars. I thought that was a kind of an interesting little segue to go back into something that I kind of thought about through Vid Summit was all the people that we're all talking about. I've always thought that people that work in the field, they're like, they don't want to take work home with them, so they're like, they don't want to do, if you're a hairdresser, you don't want to be doing hairdressing outside of billable hours. But with us content creators, we're like, basically every day and every breath is content creation, and it's like we don't actually care if we're doing and talking about what we actually do every day. Is like we actually enjoy it, as opposed to some of the other ones where like, I don't want to deal with this today because I'm not working today, so I'm not doing it.
Well, the difference is we do content creation for a job, so it's not like we come home and do content creation either, right?
There is no coming home.
Anyway.
You are always.
It's interesting.
Well, that's like the stuff I talk about on my channel is, the single dad thing where, people, I'm on Facebook groups of single dads, and they talk about, the stuff you see on there that they talk about with their exes and keeping their kids from them, to guys depressed, that have their kids and trying to get through things. And that stuff I talk about through my own experience, just trying to give advice through my video. Like, hey, I went through this. So to try to make them feel a little better in a sense, like, okay,
not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. We're in this together as a single parent.
And that to me is a great use of YouTube and of your talents, Joe.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
It's from experience. Like Neil said.
What do you find being a single dad? What do you find the hardest, like the single most hardest thing to do? You're about to say not kill the ex.
No, in the beginning, it was
that's
really
mine. Even like after 10 years of being
not
together, it's like the urge to want to go down and remove the oxygen from her lungs permanently it's a weekly struggle.
Wow.
It's just I think the big thing, and I did a video about it where I talked about it, is trying not to burn out as a single parent.
You tend to do too much. We went through this thing where for years, and we get along now. We do get along. We talk now. But we went through this thing for years where we were constantly trying to outdo each other, and it's like you both. We both must have sat down at times and like in our own heads gone, "This is ridiculous. This is just I am just plowing money into these kids who were turning."
My ex can't even do that. So
there was a point where my kids were literally turning into money-fed little bastards. And it was like, because they knew if dad didn't do it, mum will do it.
Mommy would do it.
Dad will do it. And then it's like,
I'm not even divorced and that happens in my house.
Yeah,
they know mom's going to say no and they know dad's going to say yes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing as a single dad, and that's something I'm going to talk about, is like raising a daughter. Is you're playing mom and dad. So that, it's kind of different, because if, when it's a mom and dad, like some of you guys would know, like the dad's the strict one. Usually the dad's the strict one, like, and mom's, that's how society sees it in a sense, I guess. It's not like that everywhere, and that's what I talk about in my videos too. Like society sees it as this way, as the kids go with the mom and that's it. You know what I mean? For the most part. And if you look at the statistics and all that, I've been doing like research and that stuff I want to talk about too, is like, there's actually a good amount of families out there where it's just a single dad with kids, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Hey, Joe, I wanted to tell you something that I learned for myself, is that if you find like an article that gives you specific percentages or whatever, put them as a resource in your video at the bottom. Like, resources for this video came from these articles, and you put the links to those articles, and then you contact those people that you use the articles, even if the article's like from 2016,
Oh yeah, it's like writing a paper in college. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
What you're
and
saying, like-
a lot of times though, like for me, they'll end up taking one of my videos of something else, and they end up
and using
one
it.
of their more recent blogs. So I've been doing that. It's really been beneficial. So
That's what I want to do. Is like I do when I do my research, I find blogs and I go on these Facebook groups where these guys are kind of talking about things and kind of sum it all together. And that's what I want to do. I want to kind of reference those things where I'm getting that information from, not only to give them credit because that's you know,
but it
things
gives credit to what you're saying too.
Yeah, exactly, because people like that. You're saying like throw a link in the description.
Yeah, I throw it at the bottom. I'm like, resources for this
click.
video came from here. So that way, like, I didn't randomly come up with these numbers. There was a place where I basically got them from. So that's like and not only that, the people that I like, the one article was from 2016. They were freaking elated that, you know, I could bring back some life to an old video. So, I mean, an old article. So they were fine with it. Just let them know it was there.
Paul Peck just entered the chat.
Paul Peck, you know what? Paul Peck actually put a really interesting post in Facebook on a master your thumbnails or master thumbnails, and I thought it was fascinating.
Can I just say, he's been sent an invite to come and join us. So
I hope. Well, maybe he'll come talk about what he does with his thumbnails that I thought was really interesting because.
And Nez was sent it because I went through the list before and just sent out an invite. Nez has been sent an invite. Don't worry.
I was waiting to see if Beanie was going to take us on the
yeah, I was waiting for his
Pokemon thing.
I'm not gonna. I might have to switch on tonight because I want to.
I want to see you walk around and poke a few moms.
That's.
What makes you think I haven't?
Well, this went off the rails really quick.
While listening to Neil's music channel.
There's a girl in the channel. There's, you know,
Where?
like
there's two girls.
Don't speak about Eric like that. Eric's my mate.
Oh,
not talking about Eric. You're ugly. Don't be ugly.
That's twice tonight.
The most handsome man here, and don't treat him like that, Neil. It's not nice.
Well, see, I'm on my iPad and I need my iPad to play the Pokemon, so that's why I was going to say in about 15 minutes I was going to head off for a little bit so I could actually play the game, and then I'll be back after.
Yeah, I'd love to walk around and watch you doing it. I'd love it. Be good if you get like a backpack with like a GoPro.
Oh yeah,
like Daryl,
a live view.
Yeah, so it was kind of looking like the camera I had in work the other day, so it was kind of behind you but looking down on you, seeing you go through your. That'd be quite interesting to watch that.
If I head off for a second, it's because I'm testing something. Let's see if I can actually keep the video call going while in a different app.
That would be cool. Can you like
impressed that Beanie able to do this at all, given the poor internet?
Okay.
Unless it's just the camera.
You just won't be able to see anything.
Yeah,
he's not
we got
in
no
his house
camera.
either. He's outside the house. That's
So do they? So
We're
do
gonna
you
get a
get
copyright.
do you get like LTE and 5G down there in Oz or what?
Apparently, we get 5G. There's a.
I was listening to my mate yesterday talk about 5G and it's mind control.
All right.
I'm not even going to mention his name because Christine will go on one of me.
Is Paul Peck going to jump on? Because I was going to, if he isn't going to talk about it, I would love for him.
Are you coming on, Paul, so we can quiz you? He's probably too busy with that beautiful sunset or this location he lives in.
Oh, his pictures are amazing.
I know. The guy's
in
like
Florida, right?
Did you see the 3D ones that he did? Like the 3D image ones he did? Those are badass. Those are awesome.
And he can surf as well.
Yeah, I know, right?
the guy's like a Renaissance man, you know? He does drywall, photography, surfing.
Yeah, his photos were stunning. They were
incredible.
Wow. They were really good.
I haven't checked it. Is that on his Instagram?
No, he's put them out in photos on Discord. On the Discord.
Oh, I'll have to check them out.
Come on. Oh,
they're really quite nice.
Paul.
Paul says he can't do it. That's because
my camera. Not.
I'm going to share what he said.
Go ahead.
So on this Facebook Master Your Thumbnails channel page, he posted that he actually uploads the video to YouTube first, and then he sees the selections that YouTube makes. he kind of takes that image, one of the 3 images, picks the best one that he likes out of the 3, and then like the YouTube suggested thumbnail, and then like kind of recreates that image in an actual photograph, increases the saturation and does all this stuff, and then he puts the words on it and uses that for his thumbnail, because he's like, obviously YouTube knows what they like, and it does get better click-through rate. I thought that was pretty damn smart.
So he basically does go with a still from the video.
Right, but he recreates it. Like he takes that, he sees what he uploads it to YouTube, sees what they suggest, recreates that image, and increases the saturation or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
That's what I've been doing.
I thought that was smart as hell. I was like, damn, that's genius.
And that gets good
from it. Cut out.
I gotta try that.
And
I wonder what the comparison would be on the click-through rate on that versus.
But I'm going to tell you what my comparison is for this. Like, so I had a thumbnail with, they're like, oh, faces are the thing, faces, you got to put your face in it. I took my face out. I just did a plate, just the wall. I took my face completely out of it, and it jumped up right up.
What?
Like,
by removing your face.
By removing my face, like instantly within like 1,000 views. I went up 1,000 views in just a couple days by taking my face out. I was like, damn, I didn't know it was that ugly.
My brick wall.
I don't know if it's supposed to be ugly. Maybe, well, I mean, I'm wondering if that's maybe because of the subject matter. Like if you were to search for what your video ranks for, do a ton of faces come up, and then yours is different for not
some of them have faces, some of them don't. I know, it just depends, like some of them have a person in there and some of them don't. What is this?
Beanie's sharing us a screen. This could get very X-rated.
Is it working?
Soon. Yeah.
Is it working?
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
You can see it.
there.
It says Daryl.
It says
Daryl Bean. I don't see anything.
Moving around.
I'm confused. Is this PUBG?
I don't see nothing.
This is Bean.
Can you see a game at all? Can you see any game?
I can see it.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, we can see it.
You have a Pokemon hat on.
See what? I just see a black thing that says Daryl Bean. I don't see anything.
No. The shared screen. You don't see that?
The shared screen. Let me bring that up.
Mine came up automatically.
Mine did too.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
Okay.
Yeah, you're reviewing Daryl Bean's screen. Well, so what's all this?
So, what do you do in this? I've never played Pokemon.
I'm waiting for this fella to pop up, because this is going to be a legendary raid coming up. It shows up in this egg thing.
So you got 12 minutes to wait.
Yep.
Professor Nez is left. Good night, Professor Nez.
Night, Nez.
We'll see you on Sunday.
So Beanie, is there like 6 people like all sitting in their car waiting for this thing to happen?
Kinda.
And then what? Like, does it end up in violence or something when somebody's
Somebody's gonna run out?
It is when you don't touch it.
Pokemon violence.
Well, that initially back in the day, like when it first was launched, there was a whole heap of problems with it. There's like people like mugging people because they knew people were like they knew they have their phones out, so they'd activate like these gyms late at night. Kids would come down to play Pokemon, and they'd try and steal their phones.
What did he call them? Gyms?
Yeah, gyms. These things. So I can't battle it right now, but see how it says gym?
Oh yeah, X-ray gym.
Yeah. Well, if I can actually show the little there you go. There's the information about it. There's the reed vessel.
Is that? What is that?
Is
that like the real thing? The picture?
Wait, hang on. Yeah. I'll pop that up again. So this is the gym, and then this is where it's actually located. So initially when Pokemon first came out, it was kind of the whole point was to kind of find these little landscapes, and like so it's like this is this reed vessel monument. So I'll find like another one like over there. There's like hang on, come on, click on it. Hurry up. So there's this guy, but then you can actually see it's the location. So that's what it's like a sculpture. And the whole point of you was initially to kind of go out and explore your location, find new sort of landmarks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So what do you get?
Nothing meaningful.
Oh, okay. So you don't get like
What
you don't get
hoping to
points
get
or anything to use in the game, or
oh, you do. Yeah, you do. I'm looking into getting the new version of this fella, so you'll be watching me battle this one very soon.
Huh.
Live on Creator Chaos Beanie battling Pokemon.
So that's gonna be in what, like 13 minutes though. So
What's that thing there?
Paul is
Pokemon.
asking. Paul Peck is asking if we talked about Brian G. We did, Paul, and then we ran out of all things to talk about regarding YouTube, and now it's watching Beanie play Pokemon and Kitty walking in front of Neil. That's it. That's all we got, man.
And Casey's frozen in time for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, that's a crap word. So technically, right now, I'm making content too. And they've got this new thing called Lunch Hour, where they like all these battles. Not that one, that's already finished. But there's like all these battles that you can do during lunch hour. So it's like, when people are on their lunch break, they can come join and they all do like.
Wow.
I don't know. How do you do battle?
Like Neil
Is it like an RPG type battle or what?
Not really. It's more and someone's
It's a load of middle-aged men jump out of utes and batter each other with sticks to see who can get to the egg first.
That's funny.
Melee. So, Neil, do you think it's worth asking Nick to see if we can get Peter McKinnon so we can get Casey on?
I think we
should jump the chain, no?
Yeah, you'd have to get Cody and then Peter McKinnon.
Go to Cody, then ask Peter, then get Peter to get Casey. It's perfect.
No. Just,
sure we can get
just
Cody
go
on
straight to Peter, and that way Cody would come on because Peter was on.
I don't know if Peter would come on.
Cody would come on here.
Nick would have to ask him, maybe, or Cody.
I think if you just went straight for Casey. I think if you got someone big like Casey on, then your other people would be kind of interested in, oh, what was that? What were you on? That was a load of shit. I'll leave it then. I think it'd just be like you get other people wanting to come on.
Yeah, but we don't really do anything on here except for talk a bunch of crap.
Yeah, we do.
Well, they like to talk about crap.
What was it? You mentioned something today.
They won't talk about it on their own channel.
About your popular YouTube list.
Oh, so I don't know if anybody else has had this happen, but when I go into my popular, like when you filter it out on your channel, the most popular videos, like, cause I have it as a playlist and it has my most popular videos, and some of them are not my most viewed videos. They're not even close to my most viewed videos. It shows the two that have the most. And then after that, it's some random videos. And then like the third most popular video I have is like 16th on the list for some reason. I'm like, why is the most popular list? I don't know how they're sorting these out now, because it's not, because I have it like as a playlist and it was supposed to be sorted by the most popular, which would be the most viewed videos. And it's not coming up that way. I know that one other person that's happening. I think Paul Peck was the one that said it wasn't working for him.
Someone was asking what the name of that thumbnails page on Facebook is.
Master. Let me look it up. Master Thumb.
Bubba was asking.
Hold on. Let me go over here.
Yeah, Timey asks a good question. Is a chance that those are do they happen to have the longest retention? Like, if you check the stats to see.
No, they're not the ones with the, like, I thought that too, because somebody else had mentioned that too. It has nothing to do with that. Some of those videos, like, I haven't had a view or anything in like a month, so I don't even know why they would even sort them that way.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, Dan says it might be the most popular in the last 28 days, but
somehow managed to
share my screen. I don't know. It just because it didn't work like that before.
Yeah.
It worked like your most popular was the one that was the most viewed. So you'd have the
the one that had the most views.
Right. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it's called Master Thumbnails. The name of the Facebook group is Master Thumbnails.
Can't be that bad. It's always pretty good here. I
know my crap.
I almost forgot.
It's just amazing me that there's a load of middle-aged Australian men walking around trying to catch Pokemon. That is actually bizarre.
Oh, I remember when that first came out, man. I saw, like, I work in the city in Harrisburg downtown, and I saw like these two girls on the main street, rush hour, evening traffic, just walk with their phones right in front of their face like this, just walk across the street. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, people are getting hit by cars and stuff. It's insane.
Well, I just remember the Bluetooth headsets came out. People were walking around themselves.
Beanie, is there any chance you could lower the volume on your?
Yeah, Beanie, like this.
Beanie. I don't think you can hear us.
Oh yeah,
it's too loud.
Beanie, that's quite loud, man.
Oh look, there's his telephone number. Anybody?
Oh no, Beanie. Neil, you're gonna have to edit it.
Nah, leave it up. Let's all call.
I'm gonna leave it up.
Oops.
Who's gonna call Australia?
Let's crank Beanie.
Who's gonna call Australia?
Oh, no.
In fact, if we can get the phone number back, I'll ring him now and interrupt his game.
And we could ask him to please lower his volume. Yes, that would be very nice. 971-566-222.
971-516-222.
No, wait.
That must be a different kind of number.
That's
it's a
Zoom
lead.
ID.
That's the Zoom ID. Darn it. I'm so excited. Darn it.
Like a billion numbers or something.
I was hoping that we were going to get to call Beanie live and just wind him up. No.
Hey, Dan Norton's here.
Dan's been in for a while, actually. He's been lurking.
Oh, okay.
Dan has actually been lurking. There was another thing I mentioned to Christina today.
I'm going to jump off for a little bit.
All right, cheers, Beanie.
Okay, have fun.
Pokemon. I had a bit of a, I'm going to say an argument, because it's not like me to argue with people or rub people up the wrong way.
Dry hit.
Yeah.
But
Suddenly, I think I felt the earth shake just a little bit.
Yeah. The depths of hell just opened and cracked.
Say again, Neil? Say again?
Is this a pineapple juice moment?
No, I was in Nick's Facebook group. It was early hours this morning. No, it was this morning. It was this afternoon UK time anyway. And I seen a guy, and he was posting a few bits and bobs, and seen him in there, and he was posting a couple of links. He'd done a couple of things, and then as I was scrolling down, there seemed to be a lot from him, but then there started being video links to, I've done this video, I've done that video, check this video out, and I just commented on one of the videos and said, what's Patty saying? Neil's volume needs to be up a bit. My volume?
Oh, I think you moved the mic away from your mouth a bit. That might have been it.
I hear you perfectly.
Yeah, I hear you good too.
I'm okay, but
that might be better, Patty. So basically, goes on the Facebooks, checks out the guy's video he'd done, and it was about have you ever done, those of you who've got an iPhone, the invert the colours thing? Have you done it when you invert the colours on your iPhone?
Don't have an
black and white.
It kind of makes black white, but it also makes all other colours like just horrible. So he'd done the video to sort of complement Dee's video, where Dee had done the how to do the black theme in Facebook Messenger. The only problem with it is when you invert the colours on the iPhone, some things look all right.
It's like that, and then you can...
some things just look awful.
Right.
It's Nick and Tim
Yeah,
Schmoyer.
but there's another one. I'll see if I can do it now. So anyway, the guy goes on and he does the video, and I just commented. I said, inverting colours is all right until you go to certain apps and open certain apps, and it just looks awful. So he puts a comment in saying, this comment should be on the video, not here. Just saying. So I just went back and I went, well, to be honest, this video shouldn't be fucking here because this ain't your fucking Facebook. So that's why I'm leaving you the comment here. So it just it started.
I did see that. Yeah.
It started getting into a bit of an argument between me and him. And he was like, I run 6 Facebook groups and they're all sponsored by major companies. And it was like, he lost me at that bullshit comment. So I was just like, yeah, whatever, mate. Okay, carry on. And then he just disappeared. He vanished. But what's my personal... I would never go onto anybody else's Facebook unless it was a share your videos Facebook group. I would never go onto anyone's Facebook and share my videos or say, like, go and look at my... Oh, all right, I'm on Christina's Facebook. Go and look at my videos. I just think it's rude. It's the same to me as...
I agree. Yeah, that is
going in someone's chat, live stream, and going, come and check my channel out. It's like, well, no, we're not here for you. We're here to watch this guy. Fuck off.
The only time I do it is like if we're like, if there's a thread and we're all talking about something. There was like a thread. There was about a guy that lives in in our area. His name is Droop, and he's kind of like a figure here in the area. And the thread started, and they were like, where's that guy from, and who knows about this guy? And I had done an interview about him about a year ago, and I put that video link in that thread going, oh, here's an interview about him if you want to know more about him. I did an interview a while back, but it pertained to the thread itself. It wasn't like, come watch this video, I'm so awesome, that kind of thing. It was just because it pertained to it. That was the only reason I'll do it if it pertains.
When you do invert the colors on your iPhone and go to the smart invert, Discord looks like this.
Ew, I don't like it.
That's not too good.
No,
it's like vomit.
Horrible.
Doug Hewson's here.
Hello,
hey.
Mr. YT. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Mods Mod. How are you, sir?
Yeah, so I was just curious on what your thoughts were about going into other people's, Facebooks or Discords, and without being asked, just sell your channel. I just think it's rude. I do.
I agree.
And those Facebook groups where you just dump your channel links are terrible. No. They're god awful. And like some of them, they create like a post like this, like when I first got into YouTube and I was trying to learn more about it, I was just kind of friending every Facebook group that had related to YouTube.
Me too.
And so I was like, well, what's this? And so sure enough, there's like this post. They're like, okay, so here are the rules. You put your video link here, and you have to watch the one above it, and you have to watch the one below it, and you have to like a comment, and you have to make a comment, and you make sure you put done when you're finished with it in this thread. If you don't do it, you won't be accepted to the next thread. And we do these threads every 4 hours, so don't post more than one link in a day. I mean, how are these rules? But it was like basically to try to stir up momentum on your videos. I'm like, well, this isn't what I wanted. Like, I don't understand this. Nobody's ever really talking about YouTube. They're just dumping their crap in here,
Yeah.
I think that's what Patty was going on about a live stream Christy was on the other week. That was kind of that she got that type of feel from it, but that's kind of changed now.
Oh yeah.
That was that had that type of feel about it.
I don't think they ever like intended for that to turn. Their intentions were not like that. And they were just really genuinely, their heart's in a good place. They're genuinely trying to help and be part of YouTube. They really enjoy it, obviously.
Paul Peck's just put in the chat, Nick's on Tube Buddy's live stream tomorrow. And I don't know if anybody...
Owen is on too.
Might just be me. I seen Andrew drop he dropped the thumbnail yesterday on Twitter, and Nick's on there. Roberto was on there. Owen's on there.
I saw that.
A couple of other people are on there. It
Yeah.
seems to be
Did
missing.
Brian go to that?
Funny enough, he's not on there.
But neither is Dan Courier.
Who?
Dan Courier,
Who's that?
Creator Fundamentals.
Creator Fundamentals.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know him.
Who's the? Let's see. I think I recognize everyone at the bottom. I'm looking at the thumbnail right now for the Tube Buddy live stream. Who's the fella coming in from the side?
Yeah,
Anybody
I
know?
wondered that. And the girl as well. Who's the girl?
Okay, I've seen her before. I don't know her name, but I've seen her before. She was kind of heading up Tube Buddy's last live stream about women on YouTube.
I was watching that.
Yeah, I caught some of that.
It's not the
I
girl with
don't-
the alien eyes, is it?
Yes.
Hmm?
But it wasn't her, but
No, not her. In fact, she was not part of that panel.
Right. I just found it weird that you got Roberto in there, Nick's in there, Owen's in there, but no Brian. That was like
Brian G.
Desiree Martinez is the girl.
Yeah, that's
Desiree
shocking.
Martinez.
But who's the other guy? Who is the other guy?
I don't know. He's not tagged in it.
Oh, I think Doug's saying he's not there. Maybe he didn't go.
Did he not go to that conference?
No, Nick Nimmons. Oh no, it's not. It's
hello, Michael Daniels.
Hey, Michael.
Welcome.
Oh, Michael.
Hey, Mike.
No Iron Throne tonight.
I was just about to say that. No, the green screen isn't working tonight. Look. Talking about that, did you see my Facebook profile from Sunday, early hours Monday morning? I'd actually decided when I came in from a bad night at work to sit down and watch the last 2 episodes of the last season of Game of Thrones. And thought it'd be quite clever. I'm a bit of an arsehole to take a screenshot of the television with one of the main characters on and just tag it on Facebook. Oh my God, it's been leaked. This is unbelievable. The amount of people that got pissy with me was just... it was like...
How to incite a horde on Facebook.
Oh,
you know?
it was great. It was fantastic.
Was it better than the Wombat picture?
No, it was nowhere near as good as the Wombat picture.
Okay.
It was nowhere near as good as the Wombat picture, and it was nowhere as near as the time I faked my own death.
What?
What is wrong with
There's
you?
some stories I'm missing out on.
It was April Fool's Day, and I was coming home from work. It was a Friday night. May have been full of chemicals. That's undecided. And I'm driving past the police station. So I'm thinking, it's April Fool's Day. Right, okay. So gets me phone out and goes through all my contacts, which were family, and sends them all the same message. And it was, if anybody knows the owner of Silver BMW, registration, blah, 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 can they please get in touch with Merseyside Police Headquarters? I put the phone number down. I put some made-up superintendent's name down. Quote reference, RTA, like 6892, and sent it out. And then turned my phone off.
Oh.
So it basically turned round in the morning that I woke up, turned my phone on. The phone started going berserk. And I mean, it was just like ding, 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 ding. There was something like 300 messages on the phone. Goes on Facebook, and it was like everybody was looking for me. Not one person had been to my house, by the way. But everybody was looking me through Facebook. And then I went through the messages. Me dad had been down to the police station at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, see, what a jerk. See?
It was
That's
brilliant.
just not right.
No. So then the year after, I took a picture of a motorcycle accident and done the same. And they all fell for it again.
That's like the boy who cried wolf too many times, because you're going to get totally like clobbered one day and they're going to be like, well, forget it, stupid Neil.
Yeah, but I can't text anyone if I'm dead, can I?
Yeah, but like somebody's going to take your phone out and be like, we should contact where it says mom on here and contact
I'll never
them.
know. I'll never know, will I? I'll be gone. Don't
You'll
worry
be
about it,
rotting in a morgue somewhere
Yeah.
because
Could be worse. He could be like kidnapped or something. And he's like, no, I really am kidnapped.
Yeah.
That's what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
I don't think there's a van big enough to kidnap me. Oh God, Pokeboy's back.
Pokeboy's back. He returns.
So how's Michael Daniel? Oh God.
Uh-oh. Double audio.
Echo.
Echo.
Is that me? All right, hold on.
It's because of Beanie.
Bean.
Hello.
Bean.
Ricola.
Doug.
Ricola. So yeah, Michael Daniels, what have you been up to?
I am fine. Thank you very much. We had a baseball game tonight. Of course, it's baseball season, hot and heavy for us. So we are heavy into it. And we got back and I said, hey, I'm going to jump in with these guys since I got a little bit of time. Thank you all who participated in the game though Friday. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
My whole family was listening in. That was at my mom and dad's house and we were watching on my phone and listening. What's on your YouTube agenda this week, Michael?
What's that?
What's on your YouTube agenda this week? What are you gonna be?
Not a lot at all. Just 'cause I'm every night there's baseball. So I mean, it's just like when I get done with baseball on Friday, I'm heading right here to do my game show and whew,
no Wednesday tinkering with tech.
do it this week. No, just because we have a double header tomorrow night. I'm just like, okay, great. Okay, fine. You don't want me to do this. I get it. Okay.
That's how I feel about competition season with Sydney and her gymnastics. I mean, I go out of town all the time. I get it.
Crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's just crazy how it's inundated with that. But no, I mean, so I don't know.
Me and Christian were talking about the game show the other day, and he was saying that he thoroughly enjoyed it. So I think Christian's itching to go back on again.
Yeah, good.
Did you do good, Christian? Did you like that?
It was fun. Yeah. I mean, it's true, false, and figuring out right from wrong or true from false. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
Especially like Chris Conkle, master of deception.
Yes, that's right.
But I have to tell you, Christian, it isn't always that game show. He has other ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I think I wound them up at the end as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just stretch that out because they could do when he pick on you.
Yeah,
it was like I was in the wrong place. Eric was in the center square, so Eric was getting.
Yeah, how did I get picked for the center?
Eric was mad.
How you came in the show, so it's like
all right.
that one. I just do that.
Yeah.
Plus, I had to break you in. It's first time on and everything. I had to break you in a little bit, get you used to
Okay.
It's fun.
Definitely got my feet wet
all the time, right, Neil?
Say again.
It's fun because you're the one that gets picked all the time, right? When you're in the center,
if
there.
you're in the center, yeah, and you can literally. I mean, I like it because you can lie through your back teeth. You can literally just. Oh yeah. They used to no, it wasn't from Norway. It was originally made in Scotland, and it was a sheep dip at first, and then it moved from being a sheep dip, and then the resourced the chemical, and it's now a shampoo. And
yeah, but Neil, you don't have to be on a game show to lie.
No, true. It just makes it more fun. It makes it acceptable when you're trying to call people's bluffs, because it's just like they sit there and they're going, yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, I know.
He sounds like we've. Are we going back into
We're doing a different game now. I finished that other game. I'm just checking out what dinosaurs are around here before I head off back home.
Oh my God, really? We all have to participate in this shit?
Are you subscribed to my channel?
Unfortunately.
Beanie, are you joking?
Then you gotta watch this for a few seconds. That's if there's even anything good.
Is this part of
isn't this the same game?
Yeah,
no, it's a different game.
It's just with dinosaurs.
Are you going to get a copyright for the music, though?
Are you really?
Hope not.
Can you play this on YouTube? Is this one of those games you can play on YouTube?
Yeah.
You can't put the Jurassic Park.
Oh, you have to take down the music now.
There's a drone.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh my
This is creator chaos. This is
This
chaos.
has to be the toughest thing I've ever seen.
Adam.
Can't hear you.
Man, that thing
All I hear
is
is the
loud,
game.
Beanie.
Well,
Beanie,
what's
that is
he
like the
shooting at the
loudest thing
dinosaur?
ever.
I don't know if Casey Neistat likes this game.
Yeah, Casey says he's not coming on now. That's it. No straw.
Unless you play it in New York.
Michael, help me out here.
What is that? Hang on. All right.
What's happening right now? Oh my god.
Can you say that?
They are. I can't believe you have a pet.
Mind you, those girls in the walking past the guy think I'm doing something dodgy there.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
There's
people going, what on earth is he doing?
Creeper.
Anyway, just thought I'd share a bit of that little fun. Let's how do I turn this off now? Stop broadcast.
There we go.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Beanie. That was a loud game. I mean, it's like, "Ah."
It was really quiet through my iPad, so that's weird. All right.
The next time you decide to rape my eyes with that, can you warn me? Where were we then?
Anyway,
we just got we got Pokemon then.
That was dinosaurs. Did
sorry.
they look like Pokemon to you? You goofball.
Anyway, so Michael, which game are you playing on Friday? This Friday?
This Friday is going to be Plus Word. We're going to do Plus Word.
Oh, okay.
It's my favorite game.
Is that the
That's
one me
what I
and
like.
Christina played?
Yes,
And we are the reigning champions of that, aren't we?
we are the reigning champions. I
know-
love that game.
I get mixed up every time it's like a double word. That game.
Oh yeah, when you have
Last
to
time I was like, is it two
word
words or
answers.
is it one word? I don't know.
Beanie, your
That's
steering
my
wheel's on the
favorite
wrong
game.
side of the car.
Yeah, no, we drive on the wrong side. They drive.
He's
On
I
on
know.
the- He's actually on the right side of the car.
Well, everybody, I'm gonna head off to bed. I've just been really quiet over here because I've been like really tired, and I realize, so have a great night, my friends, and I will
Christian.
see you all.
Hi, Christian.
On the anti-meridium.
See you later, Tater.
In a wild
You, Christian.
crocodile.
Where's the switch?
Get him the hell out of here.
The wire in the wall. Just pull it out. Just pull out the wire.
We can
Just shut
send,
the
you go.
shut the screen. That will end it too.
we can
There you
send
go.
them out to space, but we can't close a Zoom meeting. That's fair enough.
True.
No, that game you're doing on Friday, that is, I'd say I love that game.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of people's favorite. Everybody loves that one. Well, and the audience gets to participate a lot too. Like the one when you did Hollywood Squares the other day, the audience doesn't really participate because
Yeah.
they're not part of it. One of my favorite ones
Michael, what do you,
a couple of weeks ago was the drawing game. That's my favorite, like Pictionary, where Heather and I get on there on our tablets and we sit there and draw, and then everybody guesses. It's all the audience, so that's a lot of fun for the audience too. That's a really good one. What were you gonna say, Eric?
so how do you use Restream to bring that to Twitch also? And
Yes,
that
I
what you
use. Yeah, especially now since it's free to stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But if I ever got monetized on Twitch or whatever they call it, it's not monetized, but it's called
It's
something else.
affiliate.
right, their partner.
Yeah, affiliate.
If you become an affiliate, then I cannot broadcast to the same. I have to wait 24 hours on Twitch, and then I can put the rebroadcast.
That's not bad.
So
though.
YouTube doesn't have an issue with you broadcasting to Twitch. It's only Twitch to YouTube.
No,
or-
supposedly
YouTube
not-
doesn't care. YouTube will let you stream to Facebook, anything else. It doesn't matter. YouTube is the most lenient when it comes to any of that
Is
stuff.
it?
They
Gotcha.
just don't want you going off platform.
Right, exactly. They don't want you like advertising Twitch on their, whatever. I mean, there are some things written in there, but seriously, YouTube does not mind at all with somebody else. Facebook tells you straight up, you go to them and only them. That's it. They really don't. I mean, I don't think they get people in trouble for restreaming to Facebook and YouTube and whatever else. But I think if you got big, they would. You know what I'm saying? They want everything. Facebook wants it all.
I do my Tuesday tip video, and of course I don't use a YouTube link on my Facebook page. I just re-edit it for Facebook and just change it up just a little bit, just enough so I won't get in trouble, because it's actually shortened down, because I can't say click over here and click over here, that doesn't make any sense for a Facebook video. So I take all that chunk out, and then I change the animations from YouTube to Facebook, and then now it's a Facebook video.
I've just had an idea. Is there any way, you might notice, Michael, is there any way in Zoom that you can actually say, now we've got all the windows, I don't have it one main, I just have the block of windows. Is there any way that any single person in the chat at any one time can highlight their window?
I don't think so.
You're talking about, okay, so they can't, okay, as the host, I just did a video on this, so if you want to go look at the video, I did this on Zoom. So if you want to, as the host, spotlight someone, it puts them on the screen for everyone out in the audience.
Yeah, and I know to do that. What I'm thinking is, I'm thinking more along because we were talking. I can't remember. It was a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about game shows, and then me and Christina were talking about game shows and all that, and we were chatting about how she's going, aren't you?
I just got an accepted offer. I gotta go. I got on a house that's been for sale for a long time. So yay! I gotta go.
Sell it.
Sell it. Bye, y'all.
Good to see you.
I know how to leave a meeting.
On Zoom, I can pin a video. Like I can take any one of yours in the top right on our screen. I can click the three dots and I can pin that video for me.
Yeah.
So I can pin that video, so I can do it for me.
What I was thinking was, if you were say you were doing a live game show, right? Mm-hmm. And say for instance, this was a game show now, and I was hosting a game show, and you Joe, Eric, Kevin, Beanie, they were all contestants, right? Say I was reading out a question. Is there any way, rather than a verbal, I know the answer. I wonder if there's any way where someone could press like the spacebar or J or F, highlight their window, and block the audio of the other people's out. So they were the first. They basically like pressing your buzzer. You got the first go. I wonder if there's anything like that out there.
Yeah, I've actually thought about that a bit too, but
and no, I can't. You can't do that. Like only the host can block other people's audio.
Right. Because that would be a really good idea.
What you could do though is you could make everyone the host. Like you can make as many co-hosts and hosts that you have a host and then you have all co-hosts. So you can make all of us co-host.
Right.
And then because we have that ability, you might be able to mute everyone, but you'll never be able to mute the person running it. I mean, like the host. You'll never be able to mute the host, but it will mute everyone else.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea if you could have a window like this where, I don't know, say you pressed, I mean, we've all seen like Family Fortunes and things like that, and you press the buzzer and it locks the other person out, and you got to answer it. I just thought that'd be a real cool idea if you could do a game, because you could have literally... You could have 15 people in the chat, and the first person to press spacebar, it brings them up on screen, and everybody else gets minimized, or they can't talk.
So it's funny enough, what you're talking about really is a buzzer system, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Technically, yeah, like a buzzer system. But I mean, if we all had the same buzzer, and you just went meh, you wouldn't know who it was.
Yeah.
You technically
you need a. There is one solution online. It's a web solution, but it's like an open source thing. It's not the best, but you can actually see who buzzed in.
Right.
But there isn't anything to connect the. I don't think that you'd have to write something custom, I think, to do that.
the video and audio or whatever.
Yeah, because that's controlled by OBS pretty much, right? So,
well, no, actually, in my Zoom, all I do is have over on my left monitor. Everything's done on everything. My game shows are all done on OBS.
Yeah.
So there's no way for me to tie that in. I mean, my Zoom is completely just to get y'all's video in there. That's it. That's the only thing I use that for. So I don't even use any of the functionality like during the game of Zoom at all.
Tommy says there's a buzzer, but you can't mute anyone.
Yeah, even if you could just say like everybody had the ability to turn the screen, I don't know, red or turn the screen green or something like that, but only one person could use that ability at the same time at any one time. But the first person that, I don't know, hit like, you know, Alt and F or Alt and J or, you know, Alt A mute you, but something like that. I think it'd be you can have so much fun with that because you could run a quiz show every single week and just give everybody the invite and go, right, okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a good point. I mean, it's a valid point. I just don't. I know Zoom does not have that capability. I mean, they're designed for meetings. That's what Zoom's designed for.
Yeah, I mean, even it could go as bizarre as, right, we're running a game show on a Thursday. It's £5 to enter. Right, you've all got to send $5 off. You've got to send the equivalent of £5 to this PayPal address. Then you take out, say there's 15 people in it, so 15 times 5. Whoever wins gets that money sent back to them. I'd do something like that. I mean, I don't know how YouTube would take that. I don't know how that would go on YouTube, but
it's like betting.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, be some type of gambling or something.
It would be fun. It would be fun, though.
It would be fun.
It would be fun.
Doug's asking, does Zoom have SDK for add-ons? I don't even know what that is.
Software development kit. I don't think it would be through Zoom though. I was almost thinking like something through Stream Deck, or using the OBS, like an SDK for OBS. You might be able to write something, but then again, you can't. They don't come in as separate audio sources, do they? Into OBS, so it's all one stream anyway. So it'd be hard to mute. That would be the difficult part. I think you'd have to mute everybody except the host, and then the host would have to say, "Oh, so and so buzzed in first," and then
Yeah,
I don't think
even if you got the ability to, it would be easy to do with a green screen, because you could basically just say to everyone, you could send out two green screens, which one would be a white green screen and one would be a red green screen. The first person to activate the red one gets the chance at answering the question. If they're wrong, they get muted.
But what would be the difference in, let's say we were all on Discord on another window, and we just type in, whoever types in first that knows the answer, because it's the same thing, whatever you type in first, that person, let them go first. Then the host can put them up on screen and say, you get a chance to answer. And then the second person then it's how quick you can get in that way, like on any chat messaging or whatever, what I'm saying? Hangouts, whatever, Discord, something, because the first one that comes up, that's the person that gets to answer.
Yeah, I just thought that if you done it, if you had the ability to
press
and highlight you and mute, it would be a good feature. If you were doing like a game show or something like that, it would be a.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, see, where I thought it would be useful would be something like having an app on your cell phone, it connecting to a web app server, and then you can pull that web app server in through OBS. Because OBS, you can pull in web content, right? So if somebody hits the buzzer will show up and tell who did it. But you have to have that back end in order to sort of link that in. But that might be one way you could do it.
Yeah, but again, tying in the sound and all that kind of stuff, boy, that's going to be.
Well, the sound would be run through OBS. Like,
but you can't do individual.
Or Stream Deck. Like, if this happens, you hit the button and then.
But each individual person couldn't. It wouldn't.
Because that's how you do it with. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. No, because I was just thinking like similar to the Streamlabs stuff, you can pull in Streamlabs directly into OBS by using the HTTP link, but all of that's done on the back end on a web server. So if you had a personal web server or you developed an app, it comes up and shows this code, then you can pull that into OBS. That's how you get like subscribers showing up on your screen in OBS is from the Streamlabs backend.
Mm-hmm.
So it pulls a web link. So maybe something like that, if somebody knows of one. I've been looking around for a bit because I was thinking of something similar with a buzzer system.
Yeah, that would be quite interesting. It was just an idea I thought of the other week. Because online game shows are, I mean, Michael's is brilliant. The one Christine does, it's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's just a laugh. I mean, looking at when I done Christina's on Tuesday, looking at the chat, it was so funny because you don't necessarily take. I mean, I don't when I'm playing Christina's. I don't know what you, Eric. You tend not to. You don't take that much notice of the chat. You do and you don't, but when you're sort of sitting there doing it, you're looking at every single message that's coming through on the chat. Depending on how quick it's running, obviously. But it's people just have they do have a load of fun in it. It was the Christina on Tuesday that ran perfectly. Apart from that, I couldn't get the actual YouTube chat running on the screens for some reason. I brought in the browser to run the chat, but it only worked on one window. Still don't know why that was, because we copied the link again from YouTube, popped out the chat, copied the link in, and it worked, but it was the same link. It's just, I don't know. I think OBS and slobs and things like that, they just mess up. I mean, there's been an update. I don't know, did you catch the update for Stream Deck today? There's been an update on Stream Deck today which screwed our audio up before.
Mine loaded on its own, so yes.
It's when I turn the stream on before and I press the button to go live or to go to the next screen, it's meant to unmute the mics, but it didn't. It just left because we were chatting away for 5 minutes and the mics were muted. Which
really?
Yeah, it was when we first started. Well, 5 minutes. It was like probably a minute. And then because it said in the chat how the audio's not working, but that the actual Stream Deck hadn't released the audio because it's meant when I pressed the button for the screen. It's meant to unmute my mic and the desktop audio, but it didn't. But every time Stream Deck updates, it does the same thing.
I know. I can't stand it. I have to go in and make sure every time that I have is everything set up, is every button set up, and all that kind of stuff. I have to make sure because every time they do an update, it's almost like they take it back to the default very beginning one, and that's it, and you have to reset.
Yeah, I don't know because I remember it happened to me. I remember it happened to Nick and Dee on the Saturday stream, and Dick twice. That's twice I've done that. I've done that on Doug's stream.
You're going to do that at Vid Summit. Hi, Dick.
5-day live stream.
When Doug was streaming on Saturday, when Nick couldn't, we were talking about it. And I went, yeah. So when Dick was on our stream, he was there. I was like, oh shit, not on Doug's stream. Don't mention Dick on Doug's stream. But yeah, it reverted theirs to the actual cameras, so it was picking the audio up off their cameras in the studio and. Man, without them mics that they use, and without it was so noisy in that studio, and it sounded like they were a million. Well, they were a million miles away from the mic because the cameras are over there, and it was all because of Stream Deck again. It was all, and you can't run 2 Stream Decks off one computer. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't.
That's interesting.
That's annoying.
Yeah, you can't because I thought. I mean, a Stream Deck is not. It's not that complicated. It's just it's just a button, isn't it? You just tell it a specific. I mean, you could run a Stream Deck off buttons on your keyboard. It's technically the same thing. It's just a prettier version of it. It's just commands, and again, D had 2 Stream Decks. Nick had the Stream Deck, and D had a Stream Deck run through the same computer. And it blocked one of them off. One of them they weren't allowed. They couldn't use one Stream Deck. They could only use one Stream Deck. I thought you'd be able to plug multiple Stream Decks.
Wait, how do you connect Stream Decks to your computers? Is it through USB or is it through HDMI?
No, just USB.
USB.
Could it be that the computer didn't have enough power to actually power the USB?
I think, to be honest with you, I think it's I think if they'd have gone into the Stream Deck in the system and changed the name of it, called it, say, Stream Deck 2,
yeah,
it would have, because technically your computer's thinking, okay, I've got one Stream Deck called Stream Deck 1. You plug another one in it, it's got another one called Stream Deck 1. So it's technically got two Stream Deck 1s. I think, and that could be completely wrong, but that's what I think the problem was. They were having.
Could also be the Stream Deck profile. If it's set to the same profile, like you may need a second profile.
Well, you can make multiple profiles on Stream Deck. That might be a fix. Oh, Dr. Sten is in the chat for the first time. Good evening, Dr. Sten.
Oh, Dr. Sten.
I haven't seen you about for a while. Where have you been? Where has Dr. Sten been?
He's been busy taking over the world.
Yeah, probably has. But yeah, no, it's I just wish I'd have got the bigger Stream Deck now rather than the 6-button one. And I'm always going to have that issue.
Sell it. Get the new one.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's not that much. In the UK, there's actually not that much difference between the price of the 6-button one and the 15-button one. It was like £10.
Yeah, I noticed that in Australia as well, mate. Is that just like what's the incentive to buy the smaller version when you can just get the bigger version that's like twice as many for like what, $10 more?
To be honest with you, with me, it was I just thought I only need 3 or 4 buttons. I only wanted it because it looked fancy on a desk and it lit up. I didn't actually want it for an actual, the purpose. Like Michael uses it for an actual purpose. Nick and Deal use it for multiple things like Michael does. I just wanted it to go from one thing to just to be fancy. So it was like, well, I don't really need the 15-button one because I'm going to end up with a load of buttons that I don't really use. But then now it's like, well, I could have done with them buttons because I've got different.
That's the thing. You always run out of buttons.
Yeah, especially with 6. I mean,
there's no way that I could do that for the game show Friday night at the Hollywood Circles. I have 9 just to select you 9 people.
Yeah.
Then I have 2 participants there's 2 more, and then I have correct comments. I mean, it's just, I'm using and I could probably use a couple more.
Yeah, like I have it set up to 1 for each of my scenes in my live stream, and I probably got about 10, 11, 12 scenes just for that. So that's 1 page, and then I got folders and all kinds of stuff. I got stuff for Nim and Live too, like when I was posting stuff in the chat regularly, and it just comes in handy. You keep finding uses for it, so I keep putting stuff on there.
I mean, even for editing and using auditions and things like that, I've got a profile, a button set up for that where it's like, stop, start, cut, go from the pointing tool to the, rather than using your mouse on the screen, it's just as easy just to press a button. But is there any other alternative to Stream Deck? Is there another version of something?
X keys. I mean, there's X keys that you can buy, but they're a little bit more expensive. But yeah, you definitely can, for sure.
Do you use a Stream Deck, Eric?
No. I have no need for it. Yeah.
No.
Maybe one day. Yeah.
It would have been something I thought you'd have definitely had as well.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be something that you would, if anyone was going to have one, Eric would have one.
No, I have no need for it. I don't live stream, so. And when I edit, I know all the key codes. I just do, Control B and cuts. So.
Well, one of the cool things that the Stream Deck does do now is it'll do multiple keystrokes. Mm-hmm. So it'll do one after the other. You can add that to it, but
I have where it actually will, it'll mute. It will mute the sound when I go in. When I go into the little graphic that I pull up, 1-word clue, 2-word answer, like on PlusWord.
Yeah.
It'll mute all the sound and actually play that. And then when I switch back. When I switch back over, it'll unmute, so everybody's unmute. So I can do multiple functions at one time. It's
really helpful.
Did you make your Vid Summit money back?
Yeah, I did.
All right. All ratified.
It was so crazy because the end of 2018, I got I got some listings, but they're just been sitting there. and like there's nothing, they're priced right, everything's right about them. I mean, I've done as much marketing as any human being ever would, more than most 90% of real estate agents on those houses, and I couldn't get them to sell. So one of them I took off the market and put back on the market, and it's getting shown a lot more. And then the other one, I was afraid if I took it off the market that I would lose the listing. So I left it on the market, and sure enough, this past week that thing has been showing like crazy, and I got 2 offers in one day yesterday. Wow. So, and then like we'd been negotiating back and forth. So it looks like this one is going to get accepted. I'm very happy for her because she needed that. But then I've had my other, like I've had some big houses that I thought, wow, these are pretty expensive houses. I don't think they're going to sell anytime soon. And sure enough, within a month, they've sold. You would have thought the houses that are like in the 200s are going to sell a lot quicker than the ones in the 400s or the 500s, but nope.
That's was that house you've done a video on, or was it
the one that you did the voiceover? You did a voiceover when it went back on the market. The one that just went under contract today. It went back on the market because the owner's financing fell through.
Which one was that?
It's in Gonzales, Louisiana. It was a DSLD Builders home.
The one was it the one with the blue?
No, that was the 400. That was the one that was a 460. That one sold within a month. The one with the pool.
Was this the one with the separate eating and something room?
No.
No, I can't remember.
I know.
That's not the one with the massive closet, was it?
Yeah, it had a good closet in it.
How do you know? I done the voice on it. How the fuck do you? That's not fair.
Too many years ago, that's what I said.
And you know what's so funny is like sometimes he gets so mad. He's like, I don't care if I ever say the words custom cabinetry ever again. And he'll call me up and he's like, what the hell is an ensuite? Or what the hell is this? I'm like, he's like, how do you say this? And I'm like, just say it.
They were the.
Well, Neil's never heard of an ensuite.
Yeah, I have heard of an ensuite. No, there's certain way, and you won't know because you're an Australian. We're civilized, but there's certain things that these Americans say. I mean, Beanie, do you know what a keeping and eating room is?
Wait, what?
Exactly.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
A keeping and eating room.
No, say that again.
Okay, so a keeping room is a room off from the kitchen that is bit large enough to have a kitchen table in it, but also can have like a couch, and it looks like a mini living room set. So it's like it's like
dining room.
Dining room, yeah. That's for me. It's a dining room.
A dining room, though, they have a formal dining room where you have your chairs that you never sit in unless it's a holiday, and then you have the eat-in kitchen area, which is the kitchenette or dining area for the kitchen. But if it's oversized, where it's actually like big enough to have couches in it, they call it a keeping room.
Oh, I've never heard that actually.
No.
It's a Louisiana thing. It is.
Oh.
Is this a lot of American houses, or is it just?
No, this is just Louisiana. It's regional, and even some kitchens have a separate dining area plus keeping room. So they'll have
like a dinette kind of thing,
like an eating kitchen area, where you have the tables and chairs, and then another little area off from that, which is just the keeping room area.
So I get
kind of like
Christina writes
a little bar with stools there or something kind of thing.
Yeah. Christina writes these scripts out and she sends them over, and I'm you read through them, you're like,
what the hell?
But the custom cabinetry, I can say it now. Yeah. Custom honest,
say it.
I will swear. Custom cabinetry.
You need to get that as a t-shirt now.
I couldn't even say it.
I could say custom cabinetry. That's what the t-shirt should say.
I couldn't. I remember, and I got that pissed off with myself. I was in the box of doom and heat. So I'm in the sound booth. The door shut. It's not really designed for air filtration. That's the one thing I didn't actually look into, was actually enabling air or oxygen to go into the box. So you get
Let's drill some holes.
Yeah, well, then it becomes unsoundproof, doesn't it? If you have if you have these holes, because I've made it complete. I mean, it's soundproof and basically, in all sense of the words, fucking oxygen proof as well. So you get about 15 minutes in there, and it's you start you're going, fuck. I'm breathing here, but there's nothing going in my lungs, and then you open the door. And it's like opening a window in a car when you're driving down the motorway. It's like, Oh, that's so nice. It was, yeah. So I'm in there and I'm custom cabinetry. I must have been 40 minutes trying to say, because I was trying to read the whole sentence. I didn't just want to stop it and go custom cabinetry. I wanted to do the whole sentence in one, so it sounded natural. And every time I come to this fucking word, I just couldn't say it. So I had to come out. I rang her. I think I rang Christine, and I was like, "Is there any way we can call this anything else?" And
He was like, "Can we call it cupboards?" I'm like, "We don't call that cupboards." And no, they're custom cabinets. They were made for that specific place. They're not stock or, like they're not just cabinets you got from Home Depot. These were built for this house. They're custom cabinetry.
Custom. I just kept. It was the most annoying thing. And then she done it to me again with another video, and I was like, these words, they're not even making sense to me. They don't even they don't even flow. I don't even know if it's English. Some of them were just bizarre, the most bizarre words ever. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds great." It's like
it's realtor speak.
But once you laid it all out and put it on the video, and you saw like you're going through the walkthrough, he's like, "Now I get it." Like once he saw it all put together, it was like,
that's the thing we done at first. It was like she'd give me the script and I didn't have the video, so it's like I don't know where I am in the house, because I mean if you're sort of talking about a house, it's easier to talk about something if you're seeing it in front of you. Because we didn't do the videos at first, did we? And now it's like, well, you edit the video to how you want it, then send the video to me, and then we'll do the voice on it. Because it's just, we never done that at first, and it was like we were going back and forth. It was like, you need to make this bit a bit longer or shorten this bit, and I was like, okay, custom cabinetry. But I love doing them. I would gladly do them every single week and close my channel down and just do them.
They're fun. I like when they all come together. That's what I mean, when it all comes together, because I have like this idea in my head, and I think it's really cool too that people always are like, "What kind of camera are you using?" And I'm like, "My cell phone." Like they're totally blown away. It's my cell phone.
You make a good team.
It's fun.
It does work really well. It does. I think the best thing about it is because of the time frame I work on as well. We're always up at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not like
your next April Fool's joke could be Neil passed out in the sound booth.
You know what? Our next April Fool's. You know what, Neil? That gave me a great idea. Oh my God, you're so smart, Joseph. We should do a video walkthrough tour. And we'll go through my house where it's totally messy. And I want you to be completely honest. Be like, this is totally not taken care of.
We should do one for this channel and have everybody do each other's channel. That would be hilarious. Like I'm all of a sudden, now I'm going to draw dinosaurs. That's what I'm doing now.
Be like, the living room has a strong odor of cat piss. And do it in that really professional tone you do. That would be so funny. I totally put that on Facebook.
I got to do fucking bitcoins because I got to cuss the whole time. I know that.
Yeah. He doesn't cuss in his video.
I know. He does it, but in everybody else's he does.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I'm just messing. I'm kidding around with you. But
I was so proud of him for making it through trivia night without cussing. I watched the whole thing, and he not once did even feather in the direction of a cuss word.
There's still a hole in my ceiling where I jumped off the chair and fist fucking pumped. Because I was like, I actually ended your stream, and I sat there, and I just sort of went, oh, thank fuck, that's over.
Fuck.
I was like, oh. And because Emma went to me, are you all right? Did that stress you out? I went, no, because I couldn't fucking swear. She looked at me and she was like, is it really that hard not to swear? I was like,
Michael's going to have to get one of those cuss buttons.
No, but the crazy thing about it, apart from here and on anybody, I mean, I occasionally swear on here. But on anybody else's live stream, or if I'm ever on with, I mean, I've been playing games with Dusty Porter, I've been on with Michael, I've been on with Christina, I've been on with Doug, and apart from saying dick when I got Nick and D mixed up, which is, I think a lot of people have done it. I mean, I think someone else has done it. I just don't do it, and it just it's it is stressful. Not it sounds awful, but it's so hard not to swear because I keep going to, but it's like I filter myself. If that makes any sense.
It's probably a practice thing. You haven't practiced it much.
No, because even in work, I mean, in work, I do. I get on the mic and work. I'm the fucking kipper. You fucking get out, you prick.
He calls him the C word. He says it on the microphone, the C word to people in a club. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's pretty normal in Australia.
That's true.
It's just, I don't know, but I say I do have this weird ability when I'm live with somebody else not to be able to swear, which was, I think you must have watched that stream back after we done it on Thursday night and thought, I wonder how many times he swore. I would have. I'd have been like, he would have definitely swore.
No,
I think you would have swore more if you were playing, though.
She told us to keep a cuss jar, so we had a cuss jar there in case you did, so we didn't make any money. So.
Yeah, it was because I even said I think I said to Emma at one point that I'm going to actually point out at the beginning, I am kind of known for maybe letting the odd word slip.
Hey,
evening, Edward.
Hey, Eddie.
Eddie.
Sorry, Neil.
It's all right, man.
Good night.
We've not seen any jogging videos lately.
Yeah, last week was, I just decided to keep it. I did run. Actually, I put great miles in.
I think tomorrow should be the comeback.
Tomorrow's on the whatchamacallit.
It's a no, isn't it?
I ran today, and I think I hurt my Achilles. So tomorrow I'm on the whatchamacallit.
Elliptical?
No, I will never do an elliptical or a treadmill.
On the couch?
No. What is it? Not P90X. No, not the P90X.
The TRX.
TRX. Yes.
Because P90, that's a different channel.
Yeah, no. No, it'll be on the TRX tomorrow.
On the TRX.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird because I hurt right just below my calf. So I've been rolling it out, putting heat on it, trying to take care of it.
Just jog it off. You'll be fine.
I will the next day, and then I will air that.
Yeah, we definitely do. We should actually train together on the TRX. That'd be quite funny.
Let's do it.
No,
what's a TRX?
It's basically straps that were made by the American military, and it's literally it's two straps, and you'll either do it uses your own body weight against what you're doing.
Beanie, I will say this: go to my channel, and you will see me use it.
Right.
Or just Google it.
Well, I do actually have a bunch of
Neil. Come on, seriously.
Have you done TRX on your channel?
I do. You never saw that one?
No.
Yes.
Never seen.
Go back and look at it.
It's so, honest to God, it's so good for you.
My thumbnail is me holding the TRX in one hand in the garage.
It's like it's probably, I'd say, in the past 10 years, the greatest fitness piece of equipment that's ever come out.
Almost every gym has it now.
Yeah, because it's so simple and it's so. I mean, you get people going to the gym going, oh yeah, I can bicep curl 30 pounds. I weigh 270 pounds. I fucking bicep curl 270.
Those things.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. And the good thing is you can put them in your house. You can put them in your garage. You can put them on the wall. I mean, mine's on the wall outside. I welded up a bracket and screwed it to the wall, so mine's just outside.
Mine's in the garage.
Yeah, I'm always fearful that because it's only in with 4 roll bolts, and I'm not the lightest of people. I'm always thinking if I'm doing something and it goes, I'm gonna be on my ass.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to put a hook in one of the rafters because that's actually the best place to have it.
For?
What does TRX stand for?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
The guy who created it was a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
And he actually did it out of accident. He was going, I think he was doing a tour, and he grabbed parachute straps and something else.
Yeah.
And that's what he started it with.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's clever because
So-
you can. There's not one single part of the body you can't train on it, and it's like,
And it works so hard.
yeah. I mean, when when you do it for the first time, and I mean, obviously you're doing different exercises with different parts of your body, and there's one where you kind of you lean forwards, and then you have the straps in front of you, and then you lean, so you bring the straps right up in the air, but you're leaning forwards like that, so your arms are there, and then you come back, and then you go in, and then you wake up in the morning, and you can't even fucking tie your shoelaces.
Yeah.
It's hard work. It really is hard work, but good fun though.
Total body resistance exercise.
Yep, total body resistance exercise.
Is that what it stands for? So it should really be TBRX, shouldn't it?
It should be, yes, but it's not.
Military, dude.
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
They're shortening it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, it could be total body resistance exercise.
Yeah.
Total
TBRX.
TBRX doesn't sound as good as
That's
TRX.
that's like custom cabinetry.
I'm all right with custom cabinetry. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, even Casey Neistat thinks it sounds stupid.
Yes. So Neil, to answer your question, you will get more running videos this week. Last week was just myself. Too much going on, so it was just like I wanted to just think when I run.
I think I took a week off. I didn't put a video out last week. Well, it was the week before. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's hard to think, talk, and run at the same time.
My hardest thing is to look at stuff, YouTube, life, and then your wife. It's like, she's always got me doing something. Like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And then that setting that fucking stream up. Oh, me being a clever ass, and Michael will back me up on this. And I said to Christina, no, she said to me, just do it off your computer. Don't run it through the stream deck. No. Could I actually do that? No. Could I shite? So I had to sit there and then do every single button, didn't I? That took nearly a day. It's like, it seemed the easiest thing in the world. I'll just set the stream deck up. I'll just use one button and I'll just set a load of things up. And no, could I? That was just an absolute nightmare. Because I think we were up the day before till about 7 a.m. my time.
Yep.
Getting things over. And then the day after, when I'd basically said to Christina, no, don't worry, I'm not going to use the stream deck. I woke up in the morning and thought, I think I'll use the stream deck. So there's another day gone. It was like great.
That was an awesome stream.
It was fun. It was
awesome.
Good. Apart from the chat, like we said before, we just couldn't get the chat going.
It wasn't until there was only one scene that you had it on, which was the question scene.
But that's only because you put in the chat, popped the chat out, or popped the live chat out.
Yeah.
But the mad thing about it was, when I spoke to Christina, I said I popped the live chat out. I put that in as a browser. It was the exact same code, and then it just worked.
Huh.
But then again, I don't know if anybody else uses slobs. The chat for this doesn't come up in slobs. Even though I'm signed in, the chat off YouTube doesn't come into slobs now as it is. So I don't know whether it's just a YouTube or a slobs problem.
So I know there were at least 3 of you on that stream. Did you guys know anything was going on?
Yeah, because they're all clever bastards, aren't they? I asked Eric this. I said, "Did you have a clue?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I could tell it was edited from the." Oh no, it was Chris Conkles. I said to Chris, I said, "Could you tell there was something going on?" He went, "Yeah, I could tell the first clip was edited." And I was like, "You bastard!"
All right. So anybody else who was on there, did you guys know that anything was happening?
I don't think it was on.
Well, I was fooled. I'll tell you right now, I was fooled at first, and then I realized, oh wow, you know what? I could tell also that it was clipped. Certain things were clipped in, and then I was like, okay, this is really cool. So then I was just like a fan. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
There was a few people in the chat that all about vehicles. He didn't have a clue.
Oh my god, he went no. He's just like, oh my god, you're muted in this sound, and oh my god, it's skipping and all this. Yeah, no, he was going crazy.
Yeah, because
I'm still in the chat like I normally am.
I know.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're trying to fix this.
The worst thing was as well is that I'd done the usual Neil thing. I started the stream, but hadn't unmuted the I hadn't unmuted the audio, so I was running, and then I was looking at the chat, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, this is going to be great, and then someone popped up with like, there's no audio.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I can't really go and turn the audio on now, and I don't know why. I hit the button to go back to the first scene, which was the picture, which stopped would never stop the stream. It stopped the video running, and I was like, well, I'll have to unmute it and start it again. But the good thing about it was the clip that I'd used was Christina laughing. So it was just like, I mean, everybody. A lot of people have problems live streaming when they first start, or when they first. There's always issues, isn't there? Even when you've got no issues, there's always something that happens.
Always.
So yeah, I just started it, but yeah, that kid, that poor all of our vehicles, he was up the wall. It was so funny to watch.
So how about anybody else? Did anybody else know what was going on?
I don't think anyone else was in there.
I missed
Eric
the stream completely.
Okay.
That week. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Eric, you were there, weren't you?
No.
No,
You're muted. Eric, can't hear you.
I don't know if he's muted. His mute's not on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay. So I was not there that night. I was out.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't see it till next morning or next afternoon. And
Okay.
I was definitely fooled.
The annoying thing for me was Brandon wasn't there.
I know.
Yeah.
That was the most annoying. I was like, oh my god, I can't. But out of all the people that I wanted to be there, Brandon wasn't there, and it was just like, he's fucking taking the piss.
You know if he saw it later?
Yeah.
Have you?
He commented on Christine's video saying the intro was crap. The intro was crap. Well done, Neil. It was just like, you fucker.
I thought it was super clever. I thought you did a great job, and I was very humbled by it. And I appreciate you very much for doing it. Thank you.
It was
that had to take you hours to do.
It took him hours because he kept calling me, and he was like, I think I'm going to do this. Are you okay with it? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I was in no shape to complain or argue or anything. Just go ahead.
To Eddie, when we finished the phone call at like 7 a.m. the day before, and you were like, don't use the stream deck, just do it off the computer, don't be messing out with your stream deck. And I'm like, yeah. And then the next day I was like, oh no, that went to pot.
So that was the trivia night a week ago. Is that the one?
Yeah. I was on this past
you guys
Thursday.
watch it. It's great.
I'll post that.
Awesome.
Summer Homes, I think it was.
Yeah, Vacation Homes.
Vacation Homes.
But not this
was
Thursday, but the
the-
following Thursday. Be prepared because Neil is doing it again, because that's the week my dad has his surgery for his colon. So
it's just gonna be normal that week though. I think we're not gonna try and fool anyone. I think that's
no, that's why I'm telling everybody.
That's being done.
It's been done, and since he already has the buttons already programmed on his stream deck.
I just left them there. Now I've just took the intro video off because it's not needed.
Yeah.
And
I do think you need to pick out the subject though, so it's not so difficult for you to read the commentary that I create.
Oh yeah, you try reading real estate stuff out when you have not got a clue about real estate. Some of them questions, I was like, I think I dived out of two of them. Because I said to Emma, I can't do this. You do it.
And Emma read them just fine.
Yeah, because she's a smart ass.
Oh,
and
was
she'd
better
had
than
a
being a
drink as well,
dumbass.
so she was very British. She could read them very nicely.
Oh, well, good for her.
Yeah, but she's one of them people, like, Emma can pick up any book in the entire, it could be Latin, and you could just go, right, open the page, read that, and she'll just stand there and just read it out to you. She's one of them people that can read really well. Whereas
that would not be me.
It wouldn't be me as well. I can barely get through a single text in one read. But she's just I think there's people who can just read well, isn't there? It's I ain't one of them. What are you doing, Kat?
Reading scripts is a good way to train yourself to read out loud.
I was very proud of you, and I was very honored and humbled that you would do something so kind.
Anytime.
And I appreciate it.
Very
Well, anytime you're going to be doing it the following week. So.
I think it's something. I don't even think it's I think it's something that 90%, 95% of the people that are in the Discord would do for anyone anyway. If you were stuck, I think most people would be like, well, yeah, if I can do it, I'll do it.
But you went like above and beyond. You made it look like my show.
Yeah, that's because I'm a fussy bastard, though.
Yeah, like not a lot of people would go through that amount of effort. They might read the questions and stuff, but you really
he pays attention.
Right, you did it.
I think most. I mean, I know if Michael was doing it, he'd be like, right, okay, send me your scenes over, send me what you use. He would set it up exactly the same as I did. He'd probably get the chat working as well.
Probably not the intro though. Not the same.
I did the parody for Nick Nim, and that worked out well.
That was again. That was just a stupid idea. I think that come to me like we were just sitting there chatting. I think it was you, me, and Eddie. It was me and Eddie.
You should have seen his timeline. on Final on Adobe. It was like.
It wasn't Adobe. It's hit Film Express.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I actually felt like a proper YouTuber because my edits are normally beginning, intro, me, exit, and that's it, done.
And he complains, I gotta edit this thing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, poor baby.
Yeah, but that video I was on the other day, that was terrible. And no one actually got onto the fact that I wore 2 different tops in it.
Nobody does. I've done that too. I've done that before.
Yeah, I had 2 different, because I done one. I looked at it and I was like, this is awful.
Now, if you didn't have a top on, we would notice that.
Right.
Mate, I've done that before.
You've done that before.
And he's done it before.
I've done that before.
That's scary.
That's
a whole live stream.
Yeah, that was one of my best live streams as well. I don't know, but yeah, no, I don't enjoy editing.
I do. I really enjoy it. It's one of the things I really enjoy.
But I can get into it, and then I'm stuck in it for hours.
But yeah, it's like a wormhole. It can't last night.
Like I can't.
Was the first time I ever filmed. I filmed it at 10 o'clock. And I had it done and ready by 1 o'clock in the morning. It was finished. Like I even took a bath in between that time. And he was like, "You're finished with your film?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's done. You want to watch it?" And there was only one spot that needed to be fixed. He was like, "That's unbelievable." I'm like, that was the first time this ever happened. Ever.
Have you edited, Eddie? Have you ever done any editing?
Did I lose?
Have I done editing? Yes. Yeah. But my problem is I am so picky that an edit will take forever because I nitpick and I keep running it back.
Yeah,
I can't just let it go.
I think that's why I don't like, because when I was doing the video for the start of the live stream, oh my god, she was driving me fucking nuts. Yeah, Emma's on a computer, and obviously, I don't know about anybody else, but it might just be me. If I'm editing something, when I go to watch it, like every time, it might have done an edit halfway through, I've got to watch the whole thing from the beginning again, and then rewatch it, and this went on all day.
You'll get sick of that though. Like if you do it like as much editing as I've done in the last 2 years, I don't do that anymore.
No.
Like I pick frame by frame.
I used to.
She has me go through last minute just to kind of like look over it. I'm like, hold on.
Just like he'll do some little things, but
she's like, let it go.
Sometimes he gets stupid about it because no one's gonna.
I don't mind doing it if someone says, "Oh, can you make this or can you do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, cool," because it's something interesting.
Yeah.
And like doing that thing the other day was different, and it was really interesting. But doing my boring old shite, it just it bores me to death. I'd love to.
You're talking about your own content, and you're telling us that you're boring.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What the hell's wrong with you?
No, but it is. It's just fucking boring. It's like
there isn't a single person on here that has boring content.
Oh no,
I enjoy watching each and every one.
So I've seen some of the crypto. I mean, crypto's going through a phase at the minute where it's just like there's nothing happening. Again, it's like this is the second year. I mean, even this week, especially, there's like 4 crypto channels that have all ganged up on each other. And it's literally, there's 2 videos come out today, and they've literally, because cryptocurrency has gone flat at the moment, they've basically just decided to pick on each other and just make
creating drama.
Yeah, they
for the
just
sake of
literally
drama.
just started taking the piss out of each other. And
Wait,
go-
out of fun or out of malice?
a little bit of both. The one I seen today, he took the piss out of 4 other crypto people, and one does one called Crypto Weather, and he was taking the piss out of somebody, and he came up and he went, "Crypto shite," and he was like, he literally just went to town on him, just taking the piss. Then the other 2 were all right, and then the last one he's on, it was like, man, this is gonna cause war. There's gonna be crypto war going on, because you can just see all the channels going, "You cheeky bastard." You know what I mean? Because it's got to that point now where it's like, there's nothing really happening or going on. It's like, how much can we make some more entertainment? It's
you gotta take a page from Peter McKinnon and find ways to make it. You know, if it's not so interesting in the content, then try the visual, right?
Visually.
30 Day Ruse just put in, it's crypto, it's boring. I mean, there's only so many times you can fucking shape a moustache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's it, done. Another video. I've got a blue one. But
Let's do this right now.
It's not even crypto is boring. It's just the stuff behind it is like mega interesting, but there's like nothing going on. It's like, I don't know. It's just like kind of, it's flatlined. It'll pick up and it'll go boom again, and it'll all take off again. But right now, we're just riding the air.
Would that be where it would be better off just like sort of like doing some videos on the very like the beginner's guide on how to get into it, so when it does pick up again, then you can just like, you've got that stuff to sort of push people into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing it. I've got this thing in my mind at the moment. I'm going to do like top 5s. Like the next one I'm going to do tomorrow is going to be like the top 5 reasons to get into crypto. I don't know what the top 5 reasons are going to be yet.
That would be good.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I don't. It's going to be what would be the top 5 reasons to get into cryptocurrency. You know. So I've got this little thing.
You could do the top 5 reasons why you shouldn't get into cryptocurrency.
Do the opposite. Yeah.
Top 5 reasons why not to buy it. Because I've also come away with this brand new way of doing thumbnails as well. It's genius.
Oh my god! It looks exactly the same. Don't
it
even
doesn't.
listen.
I've swapped everything round.
He just moved one thing over to the other side. I'm like, oh wow, people are going to really get onto the fact that it's so different.
It's genius. It's absolutely. You look on my channel and there's one thumbnail that stands out from the rest of them, and it's the one I've just done.
Yeah, but not if you do it again next week.
No,
this week it's gonna be you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put me in the middle.
About the consistency.
I'm gonna put me in the middle this time, and I've weighed either side, just to completely mix it up. But yeah, it's.
Yeah, and then Nick will look at it and it's like, crypto, you've got one video that's out if you're gonna have consistency, all of them, and you'll just be like, oh,
yeah, we've been
mine
there.
is no longer a consistency thumbnail. It's no longer.
Yeah.
It's no longer, because honestly, I was looking back at my thumbnails that they said, oh, you should add houses and everything else, and I never did actually have better rate than the ones that are super fancy that spend all the time on. I'm like, I have to go back to those obnoxiously bright thumbnails that don't have any houses in them. But I like making the new ones, so that's why I stay.
I'm gonna do what you done on the last one. I'm just gonna use this background. I just write on it cryptocurrency, and that's it. Just nothing at all.
I didn't write anything on this last one. The last one I just have kids jumping in the air with moving boxes. That's it.
Well, look at the one you done for the wood wall.
Yeah, that was just that.
Yeah,
just that.
It was just a wall. How many views has it got?
Well, it jumped up. Like the CTR jumped up to 8% once I took my face off of it.
It's bizarre. It's like it goes against everything any of these people tell you.
I always like to test those theories because I think some of it sometimes is like it's their best guesstimate or it's what's worked for their channel. So, you know, like you're just going by what you know. So maybe that's what works for their channel. So they're telling you that because I don't know. They say that there's studies on it, though. I mean, that's what they claim.
But how many people here actually take notice of a thumbnail? I know I don't. When I'm looking through like stuff, I look at the title.
But before I you know, knew what I was doing, I did pay attention to the thumbnail. I'll be like, oh, what the hell is that? Because there'd be like a booger hanging out of the kid's nose, or you know, somebody would be like with a weird face, like that looked like something fell off their finger or whatever, and you'd be like, what is that?
Yeah,
and you click on.
I would say thumbnails still matter, but it matters what they're up against. So if your thumbnail is sitting beside one that looks better than yours, you know, in the search results, that's gonna matter a lot.
The thumbnails for my niche literally are the most horrible things you've ever seen in your life. They're so bad. I had no idea that real estate agents were the most uncreative people on this planet when it comes to thumbnails, but they truly
you have an
are.
advantage. You can take that.
And I said that on a live stream, and Nick, he was like, all right, you're a real estate whisperer, let's take you up on this. And he goes, let's just do this one. And he goes, well, never mind, you're right, this is terrible. You know, I was like, yes.
I think Beanie must be you must be in the hardest niche for thumbnails, mustn't you?
No, really, it's pretty easy. Everyone does the same crap, so I just do it slightly different.
But your thumbnail is if they see like a crap drawing on the thumbnail, they're gonna think,
no one's gonna click a crap drawing. That's why I like it. It's kind of easy for me, and it's also on the same token makes me sound like a bit of an asshole because I'm like, well, in terms of art, the best way to get views is just be good at art. And if you're not getting as many views as you wish you were, like, don't get me wrong though, there's some artists who actually got really, like, there's one artist I found who's got really amazing drawings. I'm like, how come you don't have more views? But then most of the time they're just like, well, I'm not going to click on that video.
But you have strong branding though too, like the yellow in your logo and all that. Doesn't that kind of show through on most of yours?
Maybe, but I don't think really people care about that. They just care. They just want a dinosaur that looks good, and that's probably why I've got hockey sticks, because they've with my videos, like, most people won't click on them. Like, I was experimenting with the secrecy and hiding the image until people actually clicked into the video, but then I found that like most people, like, it wouldn't get as many clicks. So if I show the full thing, it's like, okay, that's really awesome, and you jump in, watch it for a few minutes, you watch it for a few seconds or a few minutes, and you go, all right, I'm done. And then they skip ahead, or they just leave, and they go, okay, I've seen the cool dinosaur, I've had my fix.
Yeah, but
you know, when I'm searching on YouTube, one thing that I find myself, I don't even look at thumbnails anymore. I look more at, first of all, the title, what I'm searching for, whatever it is I'm searching for. Then I look at how many views they have. But more important is I look at how long ago it was made. If it was 6 years ago, it's probably out of date anyway.
Yeah.
So I want something that's more recent. So if I see something that's a month or 6 months or something like that, I tend to look at all those things. And maybe it's because I know to look for those kind of things, because software changes and stuff. So if you're looking for something software or a new thing or a new camera or something like that or something, I look for those. And I also look for you guys. I look for familiarity. If I see like a Dusty Porter video, I might go watch it, you know, just and go that way or something like that. I do a lot of that whenever I'm looking. I don't even look at thumbnails anymore.
Nothing hurts my butt.
I still look at
When you're
thumbnails.
looking for something on YouTube and the video is like 11 years old, you're like, damn it, that is not going to help me at all.
Right, exactly.
I was looking for something for Final Cut Pro, and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this is. When was this damn thing made? And I could not find even a more recent video for what I was looking for.
Reason I don't look at thumbnails now is because a lot of them are just they're wrong. When you go to
exactly.
Look at I like Michael just said, I look at sadly enough the views, which we all know it kind of doesn't really matter, because you can get you know, I was looking up CBD oil yesterday and came across this guy from the UK, and his video was brilliant. It was like the top 10 reasons about CBD. His thumbnail was just shite. It was awful. It was like a picture of a oil bottle and like a number 10, and it was awful. But his actual title was like the top 10 reasons to use CBD oil, and I think he had like 57 views on it, and I watched it, and it was brilliant. And all the other ones I'd watched it had like hundreds of thousands of views, and they were good. But say the one I found that it was really good. So I don't know. Thumbnails can be too fancy, but you're getting crap info.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, I've gotten
That's
that.
one of the reasons why. I mean, a lot of times I even filter. I'll just start my search with a filter. I want to filter the last year. Give me anything that comes up. That's just the way I search now, because I want something recent. So that's why with my own videos, I've done some help videos in the past. A good example is an incognito window. Why would you ever want to use the incognito window? Well, I redid that video just for that reason, because people that look back 6 years ago, well, Chrome didn't even look the same 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So I did it for my own purposes too. I think through the whole process.
I didn't.
Did you keep your old video up, or did you shut down your video?
No, I always keep it, because it's one of my highly looked at ones. But what I've done is go and add a card in there that says here's an update. Go check this out. That kind of thing. I'll do that kind of thing, because I still get juice from that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very high watched one or whatever.
I didn't even know it was a filter.
Oh, it's awesome. It's great. If you go to YouTube. Oh, you didn't know?
No,
okay.
Up until about 2 months ago, and I can't remember. I think we were looking for live streams. We were looking for like stupid live streams, and then
there's so many.
I
remember that.
Drop down the filter and look.
Well,
just choose live.
YouTube.com/live. YouTube.com/live is the way to get every single one. It has it in categories and everything. That's been there for a long, long, long time.
No, I mean even in the
opened my eyes.
Yeah, even just like when you're searching for a video, I didn't know up until like I think it was 2 months ago that there was actually a section underneath where you go filter, and then choose live stream. Didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know
Eddie didn't know that. He's like, he learned something new.
I didn't know YouTube Live existed either. Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing.
How can I get to live on the app?
Look, I'll show you right here.
Never mind.
Did you not know there was filters as well, Eddie?
No.
I never. Honest to God, up until literally it was 2 months ago. Didn't know.
That's how I've been finding.
Search by duration, type, all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. There's all kinds of stuff.
You can filter by resolution.
But then again, I mean, going back 12 months ago when I started YouTube, again, this might just be because I didn't use it. I didn't know that you could like, comment, or subscribe to channels.
I've known that for years.
No, I didn't because I never used YouTube. Was just something that I went on if I was looking for. If I was trying to fix the van or was trying to do a job on the van, it'd be like I went on YouTube, search, how do you do a ball joint on a T4, and I looked through the videos and just clicked on the video, and that's as far as I didn't look past that, because that's all I use it for. But I said I didn't even know, and then you start doing YouTube and it's like, there's all this information. It's like, you can like a video, and then you're like, yeah, there's the likes there. It's like, oh my God, how have I never seen them?
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't know. But
I'm gonna jump off here.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Yeah, I gotta take off too.
Bye, Joe. Later.
Have a good night, guys.
See you, fellas.
Good night.
Bye, Kevin.
But yeah, there's loads of stuff on YouTube that I didn't have a clue about. So
My favorite thing to do with a YouTube live is to type in live and then type in the search bar vlog and then hit the live tab, and you wouldn't believe the things that people are discussing on their cameras with people. I find the most interesting, I don't know, human beings.
The last one you found wasn't so interesting.
And some of them are painfully boring, and some of them have like these are like, this guy was like, I need you to super chat me because I'm gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna get a bus and I need to take my cats, and I'm gonna take my cats, and I'm gonna have signings, and I'm gonna have meet and greets, and we're going to all these places. And I'm like, hey buddy, you got 1,200 subscribers, huh? It's not you're not gonna, hate to tell you. It doesn't work that way, but all right. But he was just He was
A
pretty
lot
serious.
of times I search though because I'm trying to search, like for example, live game shows, just to see who else is doing live game shows. I'll go in there into the live section and just type in my search live game shows just to see if anyone actually has something that's live, and see if mine even rank.
Well,
Just
that's
to-
how I found you. That's exactly what I did. I
Did
put
you really?
game show in, and then I hit live, and you had one coming up, and then that's how I found you. That's exactly how I found you.
Is there many people doing game shows?
No. Well, they have it like a regular show. They'll have a regular show, and then they'll add a game show aspect into their show. You know, they'll have some kind
or
of
a lot of foreign. There's a lot of foreign though. There's foreign
right
out there. That
the Vietnamese and the Indians love a game show.
Yes.
Because YouTube, it's not the easiest platform to do a game show on, unless you kind of technically mind.
Eddie.
Oh, Eddie's off. See you later.
Eddie's off, but I'm staying.
I'm off too. I'm going to bed.
Oh, Eric, good night.
Thanks, dude.
Good night.
Enjoy the beach, dude.
I love it.
Enjoy the sunset.
Can't wait.
See, man.
Good night, guys.
Yeah,
see it.
unless
like
you're
that.
really technically minded, like with OBS and with Streamlabs and things like that, and you know kind of what you're doing, to do a game show is it must be so hard.
I cannot get anyone. They actually said, because that was an ongoing thing. Said I've been doing this 3 years now. The third year of me doing this, and some of the people in there, we've got to get Michael as a contest, some in the game instead of hosting it and everything. Anyone that I've tried to give the stuff and what they have to do and everything, I tell you what I'll do. This just for you guys. I'll do this. I'll Instagram a behind the scenes of everything that I'm doing during the game show so you can see what's going on. So you can watch the game show Friday, but I'll have on Instagram back here with a camera showing what I'm doing in the background.
Or you show us how you mix a drink too.
Sure.
Because I know you mix yourself a drink a couple times during the show.
I do. That's just a big tall drink. That's all that is.
Yeah, what's in the drink though?
That's how I get through this thinking thing. But
when I used to have the Your Real Estate Whisperer mugs, that's exactly what I used to do. Is I would have a beer in my mug.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It'd be good to share your screen. If there was a way of like sharing your screen and having a camera on what you were doing while you were doing the live show.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because people would be like,
yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it back here showing all 4 of my monitors so you can see all the stuff I'm doing to make all this work.
Yeah, it's
from behind the scene. You'll be able to see. And you guys, somebody, I forget who it was. I think Chris Conkle Vlogs asked me about, he said, "Oh, I didn't know OBS virtual camera. What is that?" And I said, that's probably my hottest video that I have is OBS virtual camera. That's how I show you guys. That's how I show you guys the game.
Here comes trouble.
Inside the Zoom, I show you. That's how you know how you saw the squares and you saw everything inside the game on Friday. That's how.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello, Professor Nez.
I just want to say, I just have one thing to say, and then I'm out of here.
Okay.
Oh,
Any of you guys care about your brand at all, you will leave this show immediately.
Then why are you here?
Christina's like taking me seriously.
I'm like thinking, like, what did we say tonight? Because we stayed off religion, we stayed off of guns, and we stayed off of politics. I thought we did pretty good tonight. This is. I was like, I'm trying to like Rolodex all the shit that we said tonight, and I'm trying to think, oh my god, what did we do?
Well, actually, you guys talked about a topic that. Well, obviously, I'm kidding. I mean, I guess that didn't go over, but you guys talked about something that was really.
Uh-oh, you're muted.
I
You
think
muted
did Neil just mute him?
Neil
muted.
Oh,
Or did he
don't
mute
mute him. I
himself?
want to hear what he has to say. Stop.
See you later.
No.
See ya. Hasta la pasta.
No. Say what you were gonna say. We talked
Right,
on
that
a
was
topic that what?
Well, no, I mean, I was really, intrigued by where did the mental health, how did you guys get on that topic? And who were you talking about that had all these dislikes? I was just curious.
Okay, so there's a one of our friends that comes on here every once in a while. His name's Matt B. He runs a channel called Create You, and he does another program with another show he had done with
Chris from the Rewired Soul.
Chris from Rewired Soul. They did a like a podcast live stream together on YouTube. Well, Keemstar, who is a much bigger YouTube, got into the chat and started talking about Rewired Soul and how he's not, he's not who he says he is, and that he isn't a licensed professional, and he's made people, that he's had tons of complaints that put against him, and he shouldn't be giving this kind of advice. So that we had started with Matt, but then, we were wondering where Matt had been, and maybe we were thinking that it could have been possible from that particular live stream that he kind of decided to take a step back. We don't know. I mean, he's our friend. We'd like to know where he's at. That's it. That's how that started.
Oh, okay. I see. I mean, I know who Keemstar is. That guy's kind of a lot to handle.
Yeah. And
to put it mildly.
And what I was saying was unfortunate about
Beanie.
Hey, how are you? Des?
Good to see you guys.
Des.
So yeah. So I mean, it was interesting to me. I thought it was interesting because that's, I talk a lot about that on my channel. And yeah, I mean, if somebody's coming on there and kind of dissuading audience members just based on some kind of personal animus, I don't know, that's kind of uncool, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, I was intrigued how you guys got on that topic. Usually, correct me if I'm wrong, this show, it's very loose. It's very, we just kind of talk about a lot of different things, and there's a lot of cursing and a lot of sailor talk and a lot of, right? Am I wrong or what?
No, I know. Sometimes it gets a little bit more serious sometimes.
Yeah. Which I think is cool. I think that's great.
Yeah, we didn't really have any.
Like I've told you, Professor Nez, I've got the whole depression and anxiety thing. So like I was saying before, and what like you were just saying, like there's a difference between sharing your experiences and just like being there for each other, and then trying to diagnose people.
Yeah, I mean, to get serious, yeah, absolutely, Beanie. I mean, and I said this in the chat, I've seen probably every doctor you can imagine, and most of you guys know this with my channel, and I still face these demons, but they're not quite as big as they used to be. And I did so much research on my own, I did so much investigation on my own that so-called psychiatrists were really of no help to me. And I kind of got that when it comes to the guy inside your head, when it comes to this dude, there's so much gray involved. It's very difficult. Like with diabetes, okay, you need a shot of insulin. With, if you've got inflammation, or, I mean, with certain things, it's more absolute. It's more 1 + 1 = 2. But with the mind, and they still don't know the long-term effects of all I took every drug under the sun. I mean, they gave me everything from, Prozac to Wellbutrin to Zoloft to, I mean, you name it, when I was younger. And it was only through my own, search and my own quest that I actually discovered, I don't need pills. There's so many, when it comes to, unless you have a biomedical condition, I personally, truthfully, honestly don't believe that you necessarily need medication. Now, I'm not trying to say that if you're watching this or listening to this, get off your medication. I'm just saying from my own personal experience, from what I faced, it had the antithesis effect on me.
Send me your leftovers then.
I will, sure.
And if the bottle says alcohol,
send me your address.
If the bottle says alcohol may increase its effects, make sure you send over.
Yeah, that's right. I knew I should have put that tequila down. That's what I did.
I've got a cupboard.
You mean I can't drink this with bourbon, Doc?
But what we were saying though, when we're talking about all that, is the fact that you're coming from a place of your own personal experience, and you say that several times anytime that you ever talk about any of that. What their other people have been doing, and what people are having a problem with, is the fact that they're telling people they should do they're like an expert, and they're not licensed to say these things, and they're going to get themselves in trouble. That's why.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, and I agree with what you say. It's funny because, I talked about this on my show too, where, you know, I broke my arm and I had a rare kind of bone infection in my right arm. And I went to all these so-called, I mean, these are all licensed orthopedic professionals. And, you know, it turned out that I had a bunch of unnecessary surgeries. I think this is different in the US than it is maybe in other places. I don't know if Neil and Beanie or anybody can confirm this. I know with me, like, this is what I tell my students all the time. Yes, it's great that they have fancy degrees on their wall. Yes, it's great that they're wearing a white coat, but always investigate for yourself. Always do your own research, because I'm telling you guys right now, and everybody watching and listening, I had 5 surgeries on my arm. 4 of them were unnecessary. It wasn't until I finally found the guy for me who actually specialized in musculoskeletal infections in the bone, which is osteomyelitis, if anybody knows. And by the way, reach out to me. If you have osteomyelitis, I know who you need to go see. And it was like all these so-called experts were like, yeah, we know exactly what's wrong. We know. So, I mean, you should, just to make it small here, I don't think you should ever tell people that it's very difficult in this setting, in this medium, to say, I know exactly what you need to do. I think if you don't offer it as a suggestion and offer it as, this is what I feel works for me, I think you're going to get into trouble. But some people like to kind of have this bravado and audacity. And I've always had a mistrust for people who claim that they're experts on anything. And that's just comes from my own background and my own kind of.
I don't know. I'm an expert on drinking, and I claim that.
Yes. Okay. For some reason, I trust that. Why do I trust that? I trust that you're an expert in drinking. Yeah, but anyway, I thought it was a cool topic. I was like, wow, I didn't expect Creator Chaos to go in that route, and I thought it was really cool.
Well, it kind of like we were also talking about Shane Dawson and his stupid cat.
Oh, his series.
No, he made a podcast years ago, and he said some things that were totally off the wall. And what he said was he had his first sexual experience by coming on his cat. That's what
I saw that on Twitter.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it was, and for like this actually kind
of, there was a big backlash, right?
Right, he had said this podcast, like this was years ago. He was super young. Yeah. It popped up last year. He made an apology video and let it go. And it popped up.
Oh no!
The podcast, the previous podcast.
Yeah, it was one of the many things that he apologized last year for.
Yeah, so he was like, "Look, it's done with," and so he made his newest. He's like, "I'm not doing another apology video. This is it. I did not do anything with my cat. I made some stupid comments. Let's move on from this. I already made an apology video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and click the link right here. That's
right
where he went with it. But it was funny how it just keeps coming back at him.
I mean,
you got to be careful. You have to I think that this is a good lesson for all of us. I think it's like, if you're like, I don't talk about fertilizer on my channel. I don't talk about aerospace engineering on my channel. I talk about what I feel I know best, which God knows, maybe that's not even that good either. Right. Like I stay in my freeway, and I stay on my bike path, or I stay in my
know your lane, Nez. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't even I think that's a good lesson for all creators. Like, why are you talking about that if you don't know anything about it?
It is, you got to remember when my cat videos now. My God, I need to go.
But you got to remember when he was doing those, he was making the most outlandish videos, like seriously stupid, like outlandish videos. Yeah, he was kind of like the Jake Paul with comedy involved, like he was very edgy. He tried to push the limits as much as possible. So of course he was going to say stuff like that, because that was his character. It was his shtick. And then he grew up. But that's the danger of growing up on something like this.
True.
You grew up in front of everybody.
Maybe some people just take things too serious. Like
never.
That
never happens.
Especially Americans. We're the most laid back of them all.
maybe they just take life too serious. It's just, and it can just boil down. I mean, we all learned out the other week that my first sexual experience was with a draft excluder.
A what?
A draft excluder. I told you that was one of the very first creative chaoses. Yeah, that I actually had a blowjob off a draft excluder because I'd seen me dad watching a porn video.
So yeah, that was the snake with the mouth open. Yeah. And it covers the draft at the bottom of his door. That was our first Creator Chaos. He told everybody.
So, I hope people start hating.
Nez, do you want to leave now?
So, yeah.
Do they sell those on Amazon? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think they do actually. It's got a red bottom with a black top, and it's got a snake's mouth.
I'll get you one for Christmas, okay, Michael?
Yeah,
hey, we all need a little help sometimes. It's not to be ashamed of.
That's the good thing about this channel.
Here's the chaos part. That's right. Here's the chaos part.
Yeah, we never know what direction it's going. I mean, we
it's now starting. Now the chaos is starting.
Yes, that's right.
We had a list to start off with today, and it kind of, I mean, the Matt thing that literally just went through. There was one of the things on the list was, where's Matt B been?
That's how that all started.
That started the whole. That literally started the whole debate of, we went into mental health, which, I think, like I said before, I think every single one of us in the chat is qualified to talk about mental health in some, I mean, I've had fucking drugs that I seen enlightened beings, it's just we can all talk about mental health to some degree, but I'm not going to go and give someone advice and tell them what to do if they are, seeing a unicorn making a cup of tea in the kitchen. Because personally, awesome. I couldn't get rid of the.
Add some honey, dear.
That's so awesome.
I couldn't. Yeah, like 30 days. You can talk about your own experiences, but just don't profess. There's not one single expert on YouTube.
Man. That's awesome, though. I wish I had $10 worth of drugs you were on, because man, that'd be great.
A unicorn making tea.
It's called MD. It's called ecstasy. I think they call it Molly now. It works fantastic. You mix that with a hit of acid, you're gorn free. And if you mix that with some mushrooms to come down, you're going to be really good.
Like Nez said,
not that I've done it.
Right.
It's like Nez said, when I was on, And I was on fucking antipsychotics. I was on antidepressants, and you mix antipsychotics and antidepressants together. Fuck, you are seeing colours.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And that's literally because I wanted to pull people's skin off their faces, because I just snapped one day, and it all went. But
I remember coming home from a party. I was 23 years old, and I was on a new medication that this doctor gave me, and my parents were out of town. And I literally felt like I was going to die. Like I was having seizures in my body. I was having this crazy reaction. And every single minute of the night was me basically toying with the idea of, okay, should I call somebody or should I just sit here and die? That was all that went through my head.
Crazy.
It was 18 hours of that. And then somehow I remember I fell asleep, probably just from sheer exhaustion. And I took the pills and I threw them in the garbage, and I said, I'm never taking that. That was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, no doubt. I was going to say that's pretty good because of the way you reacted from it.
Paxil did that to me. It was great for a little while. Then all of a sudden I started having panic attacks and things weren't right. And I felt like people were attacking me. I felt like people were staring at me.
Yeah.
That made me actually crazier than being anxious. And
I have read a lot about
and depressants, being depressed. I was the depression was no longer the problem. Now I felt like I felt like I was a schizophrenic, because I felt like I'd walk outside, I felt like everybody was staring at me. And I'd leave the grocery store, and it's crazy.
It's like the doctors are legalized drug dealers.
Absolutely.
It's so crazy that they give you. I know this is nuts. My wife gave me some Loratab that she had because I had some pain from, I don't know, it was a tooth or something that I had pulled or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, I can see why people get addicted to this.
Yeah. I mean, Loratabs are great.
It was like drinking 5 margaritas without having anything consumed. I was like, Oh my God, that's just not right.
In the UK, the biggest misuse of drugs in the UK is the over 65s and the prescribed drugs.
I can totally see that, Neil. I swear to God, I can totally see that.
I remember sitting in my mum's kitchen, like dining room table, having a cup of tea, dribbling onto the table because I was literally just like a fucking cabbage. Because I was, you know, I had things in my system. I'd literally just spent a week in fucking hospital where they were just pumping you full of all sorts of things, attaching electrodes to your heads, giving you, you know, brain stimulation, trying to alter shit. And I was sat there at my mum's kitchen table, and like a cabbage, and I just went, put all them in the bin. I'm going away for a few days, and I literally took myself to Wales with me tent, and I literally spent 4 days out in the open, come back like not under that brand.
With that Paxil stuff, you can't I couldn't go off of it right away. You have to slowly take yourself off of it because it will screw your brain even more.
Oh my gosh.
So then I'm like, I still have to take this stuff, but I had to cut it in half, you know, and I was like, I still was feeling anxious and weird. That was like, I swear it was about 6 months to get completely out of my system. When it was gone, I was like, I'll never take anything like that ever again.
Well, if you have any extras, there's a couple cats in my neighborhood I'd like to get too. So if you'll get those to me,
antifreeze works for cats. Just saying.
Yeah, and if you mix antifreeze and weed killer, it's a spontaneous combustible as well.
Yeah, it'll work great.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that harsh. I just want to give them some drugs so they freak out and don't know what the hell's going on.
So let's swing this back to YouTube because we're going down a rabbit hole again.
Let's do that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. I want to say
I like the way
that
Nez comes in and says you don't like personal branding, and we're now on to killing cats.
There is my newest thing on YouTube is people that create content that have to deal with calling scam centers to scam them.
Yeah, they're good.
That is the most entertaining thing I've ever seen.
I got to ask you, did Debbie reach out to you?
No.
Debbie supposedly sent you a friend request on Discord because she wanted to get that channel. She wants to after the game show.
Wait, so say that again. It's scammers calling scammers?
Okay, so there are people like here in the United States that call over to Pakistan and India and stuff that do these scams that, like, you know, your IRS is coming to arrest you, or
right.
So they call them back and say, "Hey, look, I just got a text message. I won some kind of a gift card to Walmart for $150." So it's obviously a scam. So they scam them back. So they keep
that's sweet.
They keep them on the phone as long as they're possible, so that way they're not scamming other people.
And let me guess, they're getting millions of views.
He's doing pretty good. He isn't millions of views, but he does good. He streams on Twitch and then edits it out and puts it on YouTube. So he's doing pretty good.
That's a good idea.
There's actually a guy. His name's Barnacles, and he does that. He does that from time to time. But he actually used to work for Microsoft. So when he gets a Microsoft scam is going, oh, there's a problem with the computer. He's actually got a dedicated computer that he lets them do whatever they want to do on it.
That's what this guy does.
He's just like, all right.
It sounds like
just
the
like,
same
all right,
fella.
I'm just messing with you. I used to work for Microsoft. I know exactly what you're doing, and then they either start going really angry with him, or they try to, like, you know, kill his computer while he's, like, you know, doing his thing.
Yeah, that's what this guy does. He has like a computer, and that's his background screen, so you can see all the things that they're doing to his screen the whole time.
Yeah.
And he'll turn off the microphone. He's like, okay, this is what he's doing right now. This is called a sys key. So that way he can get in there and look, he's erasing all my icons right now to make it sound
drop the link into the chat of the channel. It sounds like the same one that your beanies watch, because I've watched a few of them, because I've seen the one that Christine put in Discord.
There's a few different ones.
Yeah, but they're good though. They're clever. They are clever, because they're literally just wasting the time of people who are just wasting yours and hundreds of other people's times daily. I mean, we spoke about this the other night, didn't we, after the game show?
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing.
That was killer, by the way. God, that game show. I was lurking. I was working while I was watching it, but that was so good, Michael.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
That's just awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow. I mean, that was so good, dude. Really kudos to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've had lots of compliments lately too, and I appreciate that. That's nice of you.
I can't believe you guys thought I was serious when I first came on here. Did you guys actually take me seriously?
I sure did.
Wow.
I did.
I thought like Neil. I thought Neil for sure would be like, oh, okay, it's just Nez being dumb, just coming on the show. Like, why did you take me seriously, Christina?
You sounded pretty serious, and
Did I really?
And then I'm like,
I was like smiling while I said it. I'm like, I just want to say, if you care about your brand at all, why would anybody come on a show? That's the first thing they say.
I don't know. No, and then the other thing is that I know we've had some kind of like ones that I'm like, oh my god, you know, like I know we've had some that are like I don't know if I'm ever coming back. No, so I was like, when you said that, I was like, I'm dead serious. The Rolodex of like like what happened tonight? What did we say? What was it about? Like it was just going like I was running.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I get that. That totally makes a lot of sense. I just feel bad. I didn't want you guys to be like, what a jerk. He comes on the stream.
That was the initial thought I had.
My personality, in case you know, I may sometimes get into my, wait a minute, Neil, here it goes. I get into my Nez voice.
Yeah, the glasses
I'm like literally the least serious guy on the planet. Like I don't take anything. I try not to take anything too seriously.
Yeah, I'd wondered what we've been speaking about because it was like, what we
Are you? Did you see? Did everybody think the same thing? They're like, Nez just comes on the stream and says, "You guys are all like, what?"
I messaged Christina privately. I went, "I'm gonna fucking boot him off this now."
I went, oh no.
I'm so sorry. I want to just apologize. That's all I want to do right now. I feel
I've never been live with you.
I was totally, that was like 1 billion% joke. 1 billion.
Well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle. I'm so sorry. God, I feel like such a jerk now. I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't want to come on the show and be boring and like, hi, it's Nez. Here's Nez. Like, who cares? I just wanted to say something outlandish.
It worked.
It worked.
Good job.
Actually, now that I think about it, achievement accomplished.
Yeah, you got it.
What a dummy.
It got me.
Yeah,
you know, Neil, you of all people, Neil. I mean, like, you know me a little bit better, I think, than most. I mean, we've had a long chats, and we've kind of gone back and forth. I look at Neil's face, and Neil's screen is like dead. Like, what did you just say?
Oh no, I was like.
He was red. Do you see how red his face was?
Do you get red, Neil? Are you one of those guys with your fair skin? You get red. My wife gets red.
I get sort of like
tomato.
Yeah,
just
very quiet.
I just
want to. Can I go on the record now? I want to go on the record.
On the record.
And I just want to say, everybody in this chat right now, and everybody watching, and everybody included. You should all leave this channel. No, I'm kidding. I think everybody here is a killer creator. I think everybody here is. I truly feel this way. It is an honor for me to, like, for Neil to even send me a link, and I really do dig. I think everybody who's a part of the Creator Chaos family, you guys are just doing a killer job. Just keep it up. Seriously, everybody. You guys are doing awesome. I love your videos. I check it. I may not always comment, but I do hit the smash button. But I'm a lurker. I kind of lurk in the background, and I check them all out, and I just think it's awesome. I think just keep it up.
I think a lot of people lurk in here from time to time, though.
Yeah. I like lurking. I'm kind of a lurker by nature.
Because I've seen.
Is that a good thing to say?
I was just thinking.
Did I just put my foot in my mouth again?
There's definitely.
You just added a layer of creepy. Just saying.
Oh God! Here we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Nez is batting 1,000 tonight.
So have you cancelled your Midsummer ticket as well as me, Christina?
Yeah.
Smart move.
I was going, but I now feel
a little uncomfortable,
unsure.
Hey, you're not looking forward to a Nez Nation bear hug? What's wrong with you,
mate? You don't have to get down on your knees.
Oh God! Oh my! Speaking of foot in the mouth,
no, that's just to be the same fucking height as me.
Oh,
don't worry. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
because he's short.
I'll bring you a phone book, Neil.
You need a few.
Do they make those anymore?
This is the atmosphere I was hoping for.
It was funny because Nick messaged me yesterday. I was in work and I just got this message popped up. Are you online? So yes, I'm fucking always online, 24 hours a day. So he goes, need your shirt size? And I was like 2XL. And he was like, 2XL? I was like, yeah, 2XL. And he was like, there was a pause because the little beat 3 buttons were going. And
You're
like,
not a 2XL.
I'm like 270 pounds.
Do you ever
I'm
see
a
his
3.
shoulders?
I'm a 3XL. I'm a 3XL.
Yeah, but how tall are you, Michael?
6'3".
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm a big dude too, and I wear XL.
So Neil, you're taller laying down than you are standing up.
Yes. Yes. Have you seen his arms? His arms are as big as my thighs.
Oh my god, what am I going to be running into at Vid Summit? I can't wait to see you in
He's a
person.
meatball.
It's going to be like going to a carnival.
Whatever you're looking at, look down. Whatever.
Yeah. You're going to see an angry Englishman running around like a little meatball. That's him.
Yeah, the odd one. Yeah, Nick was like, they don't do them in a 2XL. I was like, oh, don't worry, it's all right. And he was like, it's like he just couldn't get. I think he must have thought I was a small, or I don't know.
I don't think you're. I never would have thought you were 2XL.
Yeah.
Neither for you, Michael.
Oh well, that's nice of you to say.
Is that a compliment?
It is. I mean, they can't believe it. Like when I get my coaches' shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, I always get 3XL, and they're going, "What?"
Oh, okay.
They even look at me and say that too. But then when I put it on, they're like, "Oh wow," because I got real broad shoulders. I guess I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
you're a manly man.
I guess. I don't know about all that either. But
the one.
I mean, I think a true man needs to be. You know, you need to have a kind of. There's something to that masculinity, is there not? Why am I getting what's that thumbs up in the corner?
That's Sydney. She wanted to say goodnight.
She's not asleep?
No.
My kids are asleep. What's wrong with you?
She is homeschooled, so it's.
Is she really?
Yeah.
You guys homeschool?
Well, okay. So she's in competitive gymnastics, and they travel all over the United States.
Oh,
so
right.
They do this homeschool.
Okay, I did know that
at the gym.
Okay.
So I drop her off at the gym in the morning, and I don't see her until 5 o'clock at night.
Oh wow!
And my kids are still awake. Of course, they're 27 and 26, so
she gets to do her.
Want me to explain it?
No, go.
Sydney, you're going to take over the live stream world when we're all dead and gone.
Oh, she is.
I just want you to know she's really good. Hey, seriously, Christina, she's like not like I'm not saying this. She's like actually good at engaging the audience, and she's good at like keeping things flowing. Like I'm not just saying that. She's good.
I have, like when they were really little. Oh, what happened?
To what?
When they were there's his cat.
Oh my God!
Lord have mercy.
Here comes dinner.
That's the bottom end.
Oh God!
Are we having pig's feet for lunch?
You've got varicose veins or something as well.
What was that?
Varicose veins.
No.
Yeah.
Did you just pop out? They're trying to get out.
They're trying to escape.
Fucking release me.
Wait, sorry. We disrupted Christina. Please, Christina.
Oh, when she was really little, we had gotten an Apple, the big computer about 10 years ago, and they would get on and pretend they were live streaming. So I have videos of her very small, like talking to the camera. She's like, "Hey, everybody, it's me, Sydney," and she's like, "It's me again." And she was like doing all
Does
this
she
stuff.
have her own channel, Christina, or is it like that's too young to have her own channel?
She has her own channel, but she doesn't do anything on it. She just likes doing stuff here because I prep everything, I get it all done, and then she could just sit down and be Sydney, So
I think this is an amazing age to be a kid. If you're a kid in this day and age, you have such, and you're not married with kids. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
I think it's terrifying to be a kid now.
No, it's not terrifying. What do you mean? Why is it terrifying?
I'll tell you why it's terrifying, because I have an older daughter who got a cell phone going into middle school, and that was the first. She had a iPod, and I didn't think there was going to be so much danger going into getting a cell phone. Well, she gets this cell phone, and of course, then she's more able to get all these other apps, but it also gives her a lot more reach to people after school. So she was not a popular kid. She was kind of teased. And, how like when there were rumors going around about somebody at school, when you left school, at least you had reprieve when you got home. You could shut the door and walk away from. But when you have a cell phone and you have all these social media sites, it's never ending. It's constant. The phone is going off. People are constantly reminding you, and it creates a lot of anxiety for kids.
Can we get dark for a second? Does anybody mind if we get dark?
whatever. It's creator chaos. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say so my wife is still shattered by this, which it makes sense. But in our town where we live in Southern California, it's pretty boring and plain and nothing really happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so this 13-year-old, literally, he Snapchatted himself. He hung himself in the quad. And he hung himself right above the table where the cool kids hang out.
Wow.
And this was like if a nuclear bomb had landed it was like, this never happens here. And he literally, I saw the picture. His last snap was the rope around his neck, and he did a peace sign to the camera, and the text was "Good night, y'all." And like, I mean, the only thing I think of is what you just said, Christina, is so powerful, because you're right. Like, we're all pretty much the same age. I think. I'm not going to guess. But when we hated school, or when we hated somebody at school, when we came home, we could turn it off. You're right. We didn't have to be exposed to it. Whereas you're right. Now it's 24/8. And like, my wife and I were talking about this, and we're like, can you imagine? Look at the message that sends. He hung himself over the quad, the middle of the school, over the table where the cool kids hung out. So the amount of bullying that probably took place, the amount of it ended up being that too. It ended up that he had problems. The principal knew it. The vice principal knew it.
And they don't do anything. When we had problems at Aubrey's school with a group of girls, they were like, kids will be kids. And they have this
so bad.
And this is the part that ticks me off. They have this like screensaver that is on all the computers, report bullying, we'll take care of this.
Hypocrisy.
Total. I'm like,
they don't give a rat's ass.
They don't give two shits. I don't give a crap about we're going to wear green this week to stop bullying. Everybody put their hair in pigtails so we could stop bullying. Like, that shit is bull crap.
It's such
to make everybody feel good, but it's a bunch of shit.
UK.
It's a
That's
bunch of
exactly
shit.
the same in the UK.
It's like 13 Reasons Why. Did you ever see it? 13 Reasons.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Wait a minute, Christina. How old is your daughter?
The one that went through all this, the bullying and stuff, she is now 16 years old.
When did she go through all this?
It was that 12, 13, 14. I actually homeschooled her for a year because it got so bad. She actually got shingles. She came home.
Oh my God, that would drive me. I would literally turn into a murderous rampager. I don't even know what I would do.
Little girls from the age of 12 to about 15 are probably the worst human beings on the planet. They say
so true.
The worst.
I mean, I'm laughing just because it's so true. Yeah.
Oh, they're just awful. They're all little bitches. They are say the worst, most hateful, most disgusting things about other people to make them feel bad and make them feel powerful.
My daughter is 5. I can't even. I'm like dreading that era.
That's why I'm so glad that Sydney's not in it. Sydney.
That's why I'm not kids.
Yeah, kids know more now as well. That's the scary thing. I mean, Beanie, you're not far from like my age. Michael, Nez, we're all around the same age, and Christina. I mean, when I was a kid, I was out in the park till 7, 8 o'clock at night. And, I'd probably, if we were on summer holidays, I'd be down the canal fishing, or I'd be out on a bike ride, and I might leave at 9 a.m. in the morning and come back at 7 o'clock at night. My mum didn't worry once. I used to go out and get into. Come back fucking filthy. I'd be climbing trees. I'd be fucking cutting my arms. I'd come back with bits of me hanging off, and no one. It was like, that's fine. Now, I mean, when my kids were kids, if they went out, you back every half an hour, so I know where you are going. You'd be terrified, literally fucking terrified of letting your kids go out of your sight. So,
where do you think that came from? Why do you think that? You think it's the media that's done that?
I think.
I think some of it is.
Yeah, I
think some of it is because if you look at it, why. Like statistically, they're like, oh, the human trafficking has gotten it's way bad. It has, but it's always been there.
Exactly.
Like it's
just more exposed, right?
We're just exposed to more. We're exposed to more. Exactly, absolutely. Because I mean, in my neighborhood, I never even heard of it.
It's not like suicide is new. It's not like bullying is new, right?
No,
I think a lot of it now, and I'll be the one.
It's exaggerated.
I'll be the one to say it, and
sensationalized.
The one to cause trouble for it. I think a lot of the problems now that are with society is that society is so mixed. I mean,
wait, you think that's a problem?
I think that because as a societies, we don't necessarily get on. I mean, we don't get along with like people from Portugal or Spain or France or Belgium or Poland or Greece or.
But that's also the thing with Australia.
And then
America,
you mix them all in one. You mix them all on one small island, like say the UK or Ireland or somewhere like that. And there's different cultures and different things like that. And I think it just what is. I mean, look at this now. What is acceptable for me to say in my daily life? You'd be all like, what the fuck? You can't say that to someone. You can't go up to a normal person in the street and go, what are you doing, you daft cunt? And it'd be acceptable. But it is.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't know. And then I just think, as, the worst thing that has ever happened to society and possibly the best thing is the internet. Because it's opened up a lot of underdeveloped, sick minds. People who had thoughts but couldn't go anywhere with it are now able to look at things online and go, ooh.
And there's other people that think exactly the way they think, and then they feel justified for their creepy freaking thoughts. Because there's other
those people who
people
just
out
like
there.
be asking me, "Oh, why did you do it?" And they go, "Because I can."
Yeah, and I've seen someone online doing it look cool, and and I didn't think that tying the kids to the back of a truck and driving down the road was bad, and and it was. I see a fella done it in America and he got away with it, and there was a guy in Australia and he done it and he only got 12 months. Why am I so bad?
And less fear. They don't have as much fear. Like we had fear as kids.
Well,
We were afraid of adults. The kids aren't afraid of adults. They will mouth off to a
Oh my God. If I talk to my dad the way my dad talked to me.
Oh my God.
I mean, no, what did I say that right? No, if I talk to my dad,
You did not.
if I talk to my dad the way my kid talks to me, I would literally end up black and blue.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know.
I think kids have it so. Yeah, you're right, Christina. Like they are not afraid of adults at all.
No.
Because now it's oh my gosh, we don't. The coddling has gotten like I mean, George Carlin would say it differently. He would say the pussification of kids, but I mean the coddling of like children nowadays. Wow.
I'm super mean. Like my daughter wants to take these extra classes because she wants to move up levels. And I'm like, how are you going to do that? She's like, well, I'm going to go work and do some yard work for grandma so I can pay for the private classes. I'm like, that's right. Because I'll pay for the gymnastics. You want the extra, you're going to have to work for it.
That makes sense.
I know. I'm mean. So mean.
My kids don't.
No, it's not at all. I think it's.
I always tell my kids I'm the mean mom. I said, go ahead and write all this down for your therapist later on. Just keep writing it.
Duly noted, Mom.
Yeah, I tell them. I go, add it to the list. Add it to the list. They know exactly.
My kids mine won't talk back to me.
Just add another year of therapy.
Poor Neil. Go ahead, Neil. Talk.
Mine won't talk back. I haven't. Our Daisy has asked to swear once, and that was when she broke her arm, and she actually asked me, "Can she swear?"
Oh, that's so sweet.
She did this. It was about 2 years ago, and she fell off of James. She was 3 years ago. She was about 16, and she fell off a scooter. She snapped her arm in half, and she was literally holding it. And we were in a skate park, and we were walking out, and I went, right, come on, hospital, because her hand had just gone bump like a balloon. And she went, Dad. I was like, what? I said, it'll be all right, we'll get to the hospital. She went, can I swear? And I went, yeah, go on. She went, fuck.
She actually asked if she could swear.
Yeah, and that was the first time, because I'm a parent, and I'm also a human being. And when I was young and when I was a kid, I got a smack around the back of the head off my mum when I was a little bastard. And I've had a lot of smacks around the back of the head. My dad, never. He's never. I've had the fucking finger. You do that again, and me mum. I've had a few cracks off my mum. Never done me any harm. My kids, they've all. I don't think our James and Daisy and our Daniel have probably never had a crack, but the two older girls, they've had a cracker on the back of the head. My ex-wife, she's gone to town on them, and they've all grown up to be perfectly fine, normal human beings. And I think now, I think even telling your kids off, people have an opinion. Oh, you shouldn't talk to your kid like that. Pardon, he's just burnt the fucking house down, and I can't call him a cunt. Oh, well, I do apologise. Oh, you're a very naughty boy. Don't do that again. If you do,
bad Billy.
Yeah, Father Christmas won't come. No, you're a fucking cunt, and I'm going to boot you up and down this street until the fucking house is rebuilt. People just, they just don't.
Billy, we're not supposed to burn down the house.
No,
yeah.
I think
my wife gets mad at me all the time because I'm like, I don't use that. I'm supposed to use no, this is why we do things. This is what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I'm going to pull my hair out right now.
I don't do that.
When I lose me rag,
I have a can of whoop ass sitting right there.
Yeah, big can of whoop ass.
Just take it out on them right now. That's the way
I wasn't one to hit my kids because my mom was the queen of the wooden spoon. She
I remember that.
Oh my god, with the one with the hole in it. My mom loved
because it got more aerodynamic.
Yes, you get that wind velocity moving through it. But so I wasn't going to do that to my kids. But I have stripped their bedrooms clean. Like the only thing they had was a bed and clothes in their rooms, everything gone. And people were like, how long are you going to do that for? I'm like, until they get better. I'm not like, I don't care. No television, no nothing. I'm like, you see outside, there's this whole great world. Go find it. Go discover it.
Hey, Christina, I got a new channel idea. The Parent Whisperer.
Oh my God. People would fire me and I would be, oh my God, in this world, I have to have
you'd end up on Oprah in like 2 weeks. They'd be like, we've got the Parent Whisperer causing all this controversy.
Yeah, people would hate me.
We
I would get
shave. We actually shaved one of my
the dog whisperer. I tried to do that, whatever, and it never worked with my kids.
Oh yeah, the dog whisperer.
Yeah,
I did try that with my kids, and I couldn't. It never worked. So
my mom used to do this thing. My mom used to do this thing. She go whatever she did. You're doing something. She'd be like.
We actually shaved one of my daughter's hairs to a number 1 when she was a kid. Our Natasha it was, and she had hair. She had blonde hair down to probably a lower back. And me and my ex-wife, we were sitting downstairs one day. Our Stephanie, who's the oldest, who's like 2 years older, a year older than our Natasha, came downstairs with the makeup on and the eyebrows, and a fringe that sort of went like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because our Tasha had cut her hair for her. It was her hair was all over the place. It was literally it was this short there. It was that. It was all over the place. She'd found scissors somewhere, and she cut her hair and she'd done her makeup. She looked like
David Bowie.
Yeah, she looked like she'd just come out of a horror film.
Like one of my friends.
Yeah, so Donna had to cut her hair, and her hair was like, the hair must have gone from like shoulder length to like this long. After the time she'd cut it all properly, and then she dragged our Tasha down. What have you done? I said, well, just cut her hair. I was like, that's not right. And she was like, she just wasn't asked. So, right, sit there. And she went, why, what are you going to do? I think they were about 9 at the time, or 10, something like that. And she got my clippers and went through the middle of her hair with my clippers and shaved her head.
Wow.
That's brutal.
She shaved her head, and she was like, one, you should not be going and looking for scissors anyway. And I was like, I didn't make anything any better. I was like, well, why did they find scissors? and I just got the
hairy eyeball.
I'll shut up. Yeah, so she shaved it. Well, I don't know. I think
that's what happened to me at 10 years old, and look, this is the same way.
Yeah.
Been that way ever since.
See, our Tash was one of them kids. When you done these things to her, she'd instantly turn around and go, "Well, I like it because I don't have to brush it." You could never. You can't. Even now, you can't win with her. You can't win with her. Yeah, she's very. But I just think it's a scary time for kids to grow up now. Because as well as parents, we're watching our kids like hawks. I mean,
yeah, because we know how we were.
But in fairness, weren't your parents saying the same thing about you, and the parents before that were saying the same thing about their parents?
But the thing is the thing that makes it really scary is because we have these devices and these social media things, we don't know what the hell they're doing. Like she's on Snapchat. I have no idea what's being said on that thing. Like they're on, like Sydney's not really into it, but Aubrey is like full on force. And I have no idea what's going on those things. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have the passwords for it and stuff, but they're disappear before I even get a chance to even see what you wrote,
That's why I give them an old Nokia that has no internet access.
Well, honestly, she screwed up so bad because she had created a. Well, I won't even get into details. She'll be upset.
Yeah,
but
you told me once.
Yeah, so I took her phone away. She didn't have a phone for 3 years.
Yeah,
because she lied to me. And
just give her a rotary phone. Tell her to use that.
She didn't even have that. She's like, "What am I supposed to do when I go to the mall?" I said, "Every single one of your friends has a phone. They can call from their phone." Nope, not getting one. And she she kept trying to plead her case. I'm like, "Shut up! You're never getting a phone ever again as long as I live."
But since mobile phones have come out, things have gone scary.
Yeah.
And they've just gone. Well,
got information at your fingertips.
I would hate. I mean, our James he's 14 now. He's going to be 14 this year. Our Daisy's now 19. They're past the worry stage. I mean, if I had a daughter and I was like, 5 to 10, or even Sydney's age, I'd be terrified. I would literally be terrified because I know me, and my temper. It would take one of them to come home from school and go, "Dad, Mr. Such and Such or blah 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 is picking on me," and I'm the person who's I cause the trouble, then ask the questions. I'm the one who doesn't think.
Which is why I can't wait for self-driving cars to become more mainstream.
Yeah.
I'd much rather trust a computer over a 16-year-old snapping and driving any day of the week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then the thing is like that's why I keep my kids home. Is because of I keep Sydney. I didn't want the same thing to happen to Sydney that happened to Aubrey, and that's why I have her with. She only has like 5 other kids that they have to get along with one another. If they have a bad day, they're going to have to work it out the next day.
So it was bad, Christina? Like, how bad was it? Was it really that bad?
For Aubrey, it was terrible. Yeah. I mean, like I said, she was so stressed out.
She got shingles.
She had lost probably 10 pounds. She was constantly worrying. She had stopped eating altogether.
Oh my God.
She, like I said, she got shingles, and she just.
But I need to go. I got to go. I'll see you.
Bye,
hey, good to see you, Michael.
See you later.
I got you. Yeah, it's getting late, and I got to work in the morning. So I thank you so much, everybody, for allowing me to be a part of this. So
good to see you, MD.
You're awesome. We love having you.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And let's be honest. Kids shouldn't have to worry.
Yeah.
Children shouldn't have to worry.
Their worry should be like, what are we going to do after school? Like, what?
Right.
But like, I was thankful that we moved to the neighborhood that we moved to, because where we lived before, the kids didn't play outside, and we moved over here. It's like a gang of kids out there. They're like, they run in packs. You got the kids that ride on the skateboards. You got the kids that ride the bikes. You got the kids that play football. I mean, they run in packs. But like kids just don't play like they used to. They don't hang outside like they used to. They don't.
How did you pull it together? How did you keep it together, Christina? That must have been crazy.
Well, luckily for me, I mean, I guess this is probably a good thing, is we moved a lot when I was a kid. And so whenever I started a new school, I was always bullied. I mean, I had this horrible New England accent, and we moved to Texas, and I was bullied because of that. And then I was short, and then I was the underdeveloped kid, so I was made fun of because I was flat. And then so I knew what
the reason why you're such a good creator. It all worked.
So I knew that what middle school was going to be like for them. I already knew, because even they've lived here for quite some time. I knew what middle school was about. And I begged my husband before she even started middle school, can we keep her home? And he said no. He was very adamant that he was afraid that she'd be socially stupid. And I'm like, no, she has social skills. She hangs out with other people that play in the band and everything. And so we sent her, and sure enough, after that year was over, he's like, I wish I would have listened to you. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
So then when we had Sydney and she was coming to that age, and this came up with the school, coming, they're doing the homeschool at the gym. I was like, this is exactly what we need to do. I'll pay whatever it is just for them to do this with her, because she needs that activity, because she's hyper. And then, because they wanted to medicate her. The kid doesn't need medicated. She just
They want to medicate everybody.
Well, it's because they don't do the thing. They don't have recess anymore. They only do 20 minutes of gym on the cement. They don't even have a gym that they actually like run around and throw basketballs like they used to. They don't have the things that they used to get these kids energy out. And so they want them to be little zombies. And I will not do that to my child, period. So I even said to the school principal, I'm like, either you find a teacher that knows how to handle a child that's active, or we're going to have a lot of these meetings. And sure enough, the next year they got a teacher that said, I speak hyper kid, don't worry. And she did. She got that kid straight.
Oh wow. That's
yep
cool.
Yep. Miss
Okay, here's the conundrum. Can I talk about the conundrum? Because it relates to what you just said, Christina, having gone through what you went through. I truly believe that if I didn't go through what I went through, the debilitating anxiety and depression I had as a young person, I wouldn't be who I am today. I also know that people who've gone through adversity are actually the most interesting people on the planet. I want my kids to not worry and not go through shit at all. But at the same time, the coddling thing creates this bubble around them where they don't have real experiences and they don't have to face adversity. I mean, what your kid went through, Christina, was not adversity. That was horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the conundrum. I, as a parent, Beanie, do you have kids?
No, and I plan to keep it that way.
Okay, smart man. Hey, Beanie, take mine. No, I'm kidding. That's okay. I love my kids.
I've got 5. You can have one.
I hate mine. You can have them.
No, but I mean, I want my kids to. See, everybody here in this chat and everybody here on this stream has gone through some serious shit. It feels like. I just feel like that's where the interestingness arises, and people who have not gone through some serious stuff. To me, I don't know if this is just the way it is or the way it's unfolded for me. They're just not as interesting as other people.
My sister is the most boring person on the planet, and she's been through a hell of a lot of stuff, and she is painfully boring.
Who is that?
My sister.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
There are exceptions.
Boring.
Is she really boring?
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes. She will sit there and
say that so freely.
Honestly, that's what we were trying to figure it out. My brother was like, it's because she's boring. She's painfully boring.
Oh God.
There's
I would hate to have that on my epitaph.
Also,
I know,
the people
right?
who have been through the shit and aren't here anymore to get. You've also got that as well. The people who have gone through it and it was too much. You know what I mean? I don't think any kid should need to go through anything apart from just being a kid. And a lot of
it's hard enough, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't allow kids to be kids now.
Good point.
They don't. I mean, I know with our James, he's a big lad. He's taller than me. He's as wide as me. He's 13 years of age. He looks like a grown man, but he gets, unfortunately for him, in school or outside of school as well, he kind of gets treated like a grown man. Me mum does it to him sometimes. She's like, "Oh, grow up," and I'm like, "Mum, he's 13. No, he sits there all day and he plays on his game. He's 13. That's what 13. If he was dead small and you'd be like, do you want a butty or do you want something to eat? He's 13. Just let him be a kid. Just let him enjoy being carefree and not having a worry in the world."
Now you sound like my wife, because I'll tell my wife, I go, "He's 7 years old. Shouldn't he be?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's 7.
Get him down the mine.
Leave him alone.
Mining right now. But
he should listen to me. He's 7 years old. I'm his father."
Oh, dude, I've got.
Look at Christina. Christina's like, "You Momo."
I've got my eldest daughter's 30, and she doesn't listen to a word I say.
Hey, Christina, you know what's sad, Christina, is I've been saying that since he's been 4 or 5 years old. I'm like, he's 4. Shouldn't he understand me by now? My wife's like, "You're the biggest idiot on the planet." I'm like,
my husband has coddled those girls to
because
death.
I need to visit the bathroom and I have no children. I'm going to leave you guys to have fun.
Bye.
Sorry, Beanie. Sorry, Beanie. Speaking of painfully boring.
And if you two would just want to say goodbye as well, I'll end the stream.
See you, Beanie.
With a goodbye.
Oh, that works.